Hello, hello. I think I'm having a little bit of mic issues. So if there's anybody out there that can tell me that they could hear me, that would be great because I don't think that my compadre on panel can. About to add her back and see how things go. And I am going to do our little intro. So we will be. Actually, yeah, no, I can hear. All right, hold on. Let me add her back and see if she can hear me. What up, voices? Can you hear me now?
Sorry, I totally muted and I had my computer muted. I couldn't figure out what the hell I'd done wrong. I'm like, why? I was about ready to jump out of the stream, and it was because I had my actual computer muted. I am a moron today. I apologize.
No, you're good. What up, Nicole? Good to see you. Now I was like, oh my God, tell me how I spent all this time getting everything ready, and now I'm going to have audio issues.
Trust me, I felt like a moron when I'm like, why can I? So I grabbed my phone real quick and I'm like, wait, I can hear her on my phone. Oh, oh yeah, red light on the computer. Yeah, that means muted.
Hey, Wing. What up, perfectly? Everybody, just I hope you're having a great day today. We're all set up and pretty much ready to go. I'm actually, now that I know it's not my sound causing the issue, I'm actually going to switch how I have my mic. Um, why don't you? I know you're doing the craft just a little bit different because where I'm using the macrame cords, you are going to be using yarn. And I know there's a
Yes.
little bit of a difference between the amount that you use. So why don't you explain to the ladies how many strands you're using and stuff? And I am going to mute and fix my mic real quick.
Okay, no worries. So when I am using a 100% cotton yarn. Sugar and Cream is the brand. It's generally used. This is the stuff they use for like dishcloths, dish rags. Um, it's a variegated. I've got some that is all one single color, some that is variegated. And when it's variegated, you end up being able to choose how you put it together. I have done feathers in one strand, two strand, three strand, and four strand. And I'm finding that four strands is fuller, and you don't have to use as much hairspray to get the desired effect. So when you're doing it, you're going to cut, if you're using all of one color, you're going to cut four times the amount that you would need because you're going to use four strands in each loop versus one or two strands when you tie on to your feather. So I have been cutting them in about 8-inch sections. And as I comb them out, it seems to give quite a bit of fullness.
Yeah,
Um,
more body. Yeah.
yeah.
Can you hear me
And,
good?
yeah,
What's up,
you
Grandma
sound great.
Sherry? Okay,
Hey, Grandma
good.
Shirley.
So, I know you made several different ones with a
Yep.
different amount of string. So you feel like the four gave you
Yeah.
the body and everything you were
Yeah,
really wanting.
I can go grab those and show you.
Yeah,
I guess.
so while she does that, I have had issues deciding what I want to do today. Um, there are some people who were really wanting to see a larger feather than what was made in the last project. So I think what I'm going to do is make a larger one. I can't decide what wood I want to use or anything because I'm just a hot mess today. I have several pieces here, as you can see, and this is one that I even like peeled all the bark off of and soaked and bleached, and it looks really cool. I kind of want to use it, but I'm going to need to make a lot of feathers for something like this, and they'll be like in a lot of different sizes and designs or whatever. So I may do that. So one of the things I think I might do today is demonstrate how you can make feathers using like even something as simple as a Sharpie and some painter's tape and have them all put together and to be ready to be applied to a piece of wood, maybe because yours isn't cured yet or you haven't gotten in your order or you just don't want to work off of a big bulky piece of wood because that can be really hard. So I see you have your feathers.
So
That's
this
so
is a 4
cute.
strand. This is one that I did right onto, and it's 4 strands of the cotton yarn.
Yeah.
It was this thread. This is the yarn. It was all variegated, and I didn't add any to. I just did this. Birdie went and found me the stick, brought it in for me. She also happened to go and find me this stick as well. So I'm going to be able to do some bigger ones on it. This is a 4 strand before it has been sprayed down. So this has just been combed out, and I've put just a little bit of hairspray on it. Now I did trade, and I found another slicker brush that
Yay.
it has the little knots, the covers on it. And when you do it with the one, when you're working with yarn, you can get away with it
As long as it
if
has the
you have,
tips. Yeah.
yep, the tips on it.
See, I use the
Now,
exact opposite for the
right.
macrame cord. Yeah.
I had been using this one,
I bet it
and
was ripping it apart.
it was ripping it apart. It really
I bet it
was.
was. I really like
So
that you've spent the week getting like a super budget friendly version of this craft ready, because with eggs being so expensive, it's just nice.
here is one where I did with like what I followed what you did in your tutorial, and I only have 7 loops on,
Mhm.
but I also used beads up at the top of it.
Yeah, I
I
like that.
wanted this one to be more of an arrowhead style.
Oh, it
I wanted
definitely
to
is.
lay
Yeah.
this way.
Thank you, Ellie.
So,
Welcome, honey.
and I only did this one just with the 7, but it took a lot more smoothing out, and it has quite a bit of hairspray on it.
Yeah. Well, and I can tell you still use longer thread as well. And you guys, that's how you can get a wider body to your feather, even if you're making small ones. You just cut your string just a little bit further, or a little bit longer, rather. I'm not sure what that was.
Apparently the cat decided to claw at the rug, which caused a piece of door trim to come crashing down, which then sent absolute chaos throughout the pack.
So one thing I was going to do is show kind of the difference between our 3-strand, and that's like a
Okay.
3 millimeter cord, and a 2 millimeter cord. As
So,
everybody knows, I totally hoard craft supplies. So I have examples for us because people were wondering. I just recently mailed off all my projects, so I don't have a bunch of pretties to show off like Voices does. Hey, Joe, I hope you enjoyed the game. Love you. So this
so
is a 3 millimeter cord versus a 2 millimeter cord.
oh,
It's just a bit fatter. I'm not sure how to show things still. I'm still not used to this.
nope, that's
So,
good.
so it's just a little bit fatter. So if you're wanting more body, or you're making like a really, really, really big project, or let's say you want to hang a really heavy plant, then the 4 millimeter is great. But I think for the feathers, the 2 millimeter works really, really good. I have done feathers with the 3 and even 4, and it's major bulk. Like you get a big, heavy bodied feather, but it definitely requires more starch and stuff. So this is one of the value rolls that I got. You can make a ton of stuff off one of these right here. Gosh, I don't even remember how many yards is this. Of course, it doesn't say. I bet you it's like 400 yards though. And I'm telling you, you could do like 3 plant hangers, 52 feathers. Well, not 52, but like a whole lot, you know. Definitely a
I was
whole
trying
lot.
to see if this says what it is, because this looks pretty much like your 2 millimeter. It
Yeah.
looks about like, and it's a 4-ply cotton cording.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So each one ends up being 4. So here's the difference between this is a 2-strand, using 2 strands on the feather to make the feather, and this is 4 strands.
And
So
for those
that's
of you who are just joining us, Voices is doing a variation of our macrame craft today in yarn. For those of you who may not have access to macrame cords, it's okay, Wing. Don't even worry about it. There's not enough of us over here to make a difference. You put feathers on the one in your left hand as well, didn't you?
I put.
Or not feathers. I meant to say beads. You know, I've had a rough
Yep,
morning. I'm sorry.
I did beads. Yeah, the beads are. I've got a bunch of pony beads. Gosh, I don't even know where the bag of them is, but so yeah, and then this is a 3-strand versus a 4-strand.
Don't you guys just love I call it a unicorn feather because it's got all the bright colors. I just
I
love it.
loved
It's
it.
so cute. Yeah, it's so
That
cute. It'd be perfect in
was,
like a princess or unicorn bedroom.
yep, that was this variegated yarn.
Okay, cool. Cool.
So I bought a couple different of the variegated colors. This happens to be my favorite. This earth tones. It's
Yeah.
so I went out and I bought another tan to go with that and a deep chocolate.
Oh, those will be nice, especially if you do like a trio to put on one piece. And we've got some other really great ideas coming up. But as you guys can see, there's like a lot of leeway and wiggle room in this craft. Like you don't have to stick to just what we do, or there's really just kind of no end to it. So I am going to literally show you guys how to tie off on like I said, a marker, and we're going to use some painter's tape, and it'll also give us some stability if we go ahead and connect it to our table as well, so you can mess with it more. But whenever you're going to use a big piece of wood, you know, this one here is about 6 inches. They're not hard to work with. But whenever you've got a piece of wood that you're getting, you know, up into bigger than a foot long and you're wagging it around while you're doing your project, it can be really hard, you know. So you can also tape down the project that we did in the video tutorial. You can tape down those sticks if you find that you need some more stability. I'm going to really cut myself a good piece of string right now. I'm going to go at least 3 feet. And as a matter of fact, just to be safe, I'm going to go ahead and make it 4. I don't care whether or not I waste thread. I know some people do, but I keep all my ends because almost nothing's wasted. I keep them super organized. So later on, whenever you need something to sprinkle back into another feather, you already have it ready. It's cut. It's good to go. So I'm going to literally tie off to this marker. I can't stand frayed ends, you guys. It's part of my like knickknacks. I can't do it. So anyways, I'm going to tie off to my marker just like I did our piece of wood, you guys. So it's going to be the same. And remember, if you're making the project from the video, you're going to do this 3 times. You're going to find a good center, and you are going to do each end, leaving just enough room at either end to be able to connect your cord that you're going to hang it with, right? So it's super easy. This should be super relaxing. What's up, Murray? I love all you guys. I hope y'all are all having a really, really great weekend. Hey, Texas Tiffany. So one
I
thing
don't
give me 5 seconds, voices. Give me 5 seconds, voices. One thing that you want to know and make sure that you use tape for, you guys, is because if this slides off, if you're not guarding your loop, it'll straight come undone and you'll be screwed, and you'll have this feather on this long thing. And if you didn't cut enough string, you're not going to be able to attach it to anything. It's a legit nightmare. So I'm going to reattach it, and I'm going to tape it, and then I'm going to tape it to the table. And while I do that, go ahead, voices. Sorry, babe.
I don't go through what she's going through. I use my green craft mat. I measure my string out. I tie a knot a couple inches down. I use a hemming clip.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. The problem I have with
this, and then I
have with your application, though, is your string. You have to create a new way to attach it to the wood, and I want mine to be all one fluid piece of string. So that would
You
be one
can
of the
still make it into one fluid piece of string by casting on another knot and then wrapping, macrameing, doing your same knots on this loop, just like what I did with this one. You can do the same thing and make it, because
Oh, I
this
know,
was
but
an,
it still requires an extra piece of string. That's all I'm saying.
okay.
So I made a little ghetto string cutter. I know we all have, like, I guess that's not the right word to use anymore. That doesn't mean
It
for
means
my
cost
group.
effective.
Yeah, but either way, I made my own little like custom rigged way to cut string because I have sore hands a lot. So I don't like to sit there and cut and cut and cut and cut. I've got a more like better way to do this in mind, but I haven't put it together yet. So I'm just gonna show y'all. I literally took like, what is this, like a 4x8 or whatever they are, and I put screws in it, and I use like deck screws so it still has the threading, and I use brand new screws. I went and paid like $1 each for them. I should have like made this look prettier had I known I was going to share it. What's up, pray for rock and roll. But anyways, so I put these in here and I measured the width, and I made another one too. So this is my 3 and this is my 2 and my 4, and so this way I can cut a lot of string super quickly and not sit there and hurt my hands. My hands just get sore so easy. So I guess I really need to decide, what color are you going to use today? Are you wrapping your board to do it? Is that why you're doing the 8-inch strings?
Yep, this is how I do my 8-inch strings. Again, I use my hemming clips.
What's up,
They're a
Amber?
long, they're for
Yeah.
like when you're doing hemming. And then I just wrap my board. Again, I make the board do the work. I'm just holding the yarn. And I've also figured out that about an inch wide of fabric will give me about what I need for the smaller feathers. I've
An
just
inch
kind of
wide
learned.
of, oh, you're talking about as far as the number of times
Yep,
that you wrap it. Yeah,
yep. Because
yeah.
there is no rhyme or reason. I don't ever count. I just cut a whole bunch.
I sometimes count, sometimes I don't. It really just depends on what I'm making that day. I have a set that I need to make for someone that's very much earth tones, and I'm going to do it on a bigger piece. So I'm just going to go ahead and start cutting some of my earth tones. Has anybody here with us today already made a set of feathers based off the tutorial? What's up, Nick? I'm super curious if anybody has already made some, and if you guys feel like that there is anything that I could have done better to help you guys understand the process more. I need to move some of my tools out of the way now. I know
Alright.
that most people felt like they were good to go with it. So I just wrap it up, try to do it the same tension. I need my strings to be all the exact same length because I'm a fruit.
Oh, I don't have to worry. I don't worry that much because it's a lot of it's going to be cut off in the end. And when you're working with the cotton, you're going to lose a lot of the body. I have a pile of
Oh, you
tools
mean
that,
when you're working with the yarn? Because we're
yeah,
working with cotton
I'm working
thread.
with cotton yarn. Yes.
Yes,
I'm
yes.
working with 100% cotton yarn, and I'll show you what I mean. I'll give you an example of what I mean when you're, because see, this is the non-tipped.
So there you go, guys. There is a whole bunch of string that I just did in, just a few seconds. It just makes it so much easier. I'm gonna mute while you're brushing that out. Yeah, definitely rips it up, doesn't it? I
It
would
pulls
just
a
be
lot of
using
it
the
out.
comb.
That's why I've stopped using the non-tipped slicker brush.
Yeah.
Um, and for the most part, I like to use, hairspray just fell.
Oh, that's
So,
so cool. Nicole said she finished her first project yesterday and now she's going to add more to it. Yay. That's cool. I like to hear that. Texas Tiffany wants to make some. I use that kind of comb as well. I like the metal tip on mine because I find it's easiest to get in between all the strands.
yep, I use the metal tip as well.
I think that yarn would be fine, Pray for Rock and Roll, because all that means is you'll need less strands than what Voices is using, right,
Yep,
Voices? And I would
yep,
definitely be careful how you brush it, especially if it's a wool, right? But other than that, I think it would be absolutely fine.
yep. You're going to want to make sure with your wool that you're going to want to separate it. You're going to want to work strand by strand to separate it.
Yeah,
Instead
I
of
agree.
brushing it, you wouldn't want to brush it until you've got all your strands on. Although I don't think, wait, I don't know if wool will work with that because
If they're
is it,
very careful, they may be able to get it too,
oh,
especially with stiffener. I just don't think they'll be able to split it open. Is so if it's fat yarn, they're just going to have to use the strands as they
yeah.
are.
I don't think with wool you'd be able to split the strands because I think that it's spun in strands.
Well, it depends on what kind it is, honestly. I
Mm.
do a lot of beanie making and I use fat wool for that, and it really does depend. But especially the ones that have that thinner string that's all interwoven that holds it
You've
together,
got a
that would never
mic
work.
pop. Your mic is popping from time to time.
Huh.
It
That's weird.
clicks.
Are you sure it's not me tapping on the table and everything
No,
else?
no, it's a click in your mic. It happened after you moved it.
Oh, okay. I may have to move it back. It's also a bit far away from me right now.
No,
I
it's
don't have
happening when
this.
you're talking. It's popping. It's
I
like
don't have
maybe the connection's not good. Maybe there's
I don't know. I'll figure it out in a minute.
okay.
I'm gonna cut these first.
This is the worst part is when they get a little bit knotted. I'm finding that if I only do the comb, which
All right, let me try to fix this.
this one was only done with the comb. I didn't use the slicker brush on it at all. I didn't use anything else.
Mm-hmm. It looks
So
very smooth. Yes.
this is probably the smoothest, and it doesn't have that much hairspray on it. I soaked it really good the first time. It did get a little bit crooked on the backside bottom of it.
All right, let's try that. How's that?
Better?
Okay, good. Hopefully, I got it fixed. Let me sure. Okay, you may have answered this, but I was sidetracked. But what's the best kind of yarn or string to use for this? The best thing to use to get the same results that I do is a 100% macrame cord that's cotton, that's soft. This is a 3 millimeter, but for my feather projects, I really prefer the 2 millimeter just because I find it super easy to work with. It's a little bit cheaper too. It just depends on exactly what you're wanting your results to be honest, but I'm using a 2 millimeter natural cotton thread. And if you want to make the project but you can't go get all the supplies, Voices has been showing us how to do basically the same thing but using yarn, which a lot of people have. So it's all about just making it work. I found that I had to use different methods with different brands. Some I could use the brush, and there were others I had to untwist the individual strings a
Yeah.
little and comb, which sucked. Yes, there's always going to be a difference in brands, right? You get what you pay for, right? Is it
Yep.
okay?
And
I'm not using a pet brush. Oh no, you don't need to use a pet brush. I use
you don't
combs
have
all
to
day
use,
long.
yeah, you do
I
not
also
have
have
to
this
use the
comb that
pet
I
brush.
use. Yeah, no, you can just use your dang fingers if you need to, your ding dango fingers, right? You could get out anything that has a good point on it and just use it to, let me get an extra piece of thread over here that I have. So here's a little one. So let's see if y'all can see this. But you just get something that has a tail on it and you stick it in between there and you wiggle it a little bit and it'll bust the string apart for you.
You could
You
even
know,
use a mechanical pencil and it just extend the lead out.
I think the lead would break too easy on this, but it may work for yarn. I don't know. But see, and then you just comb it out. It's really simple, you
Why
guys.
is it echoing?
It's nothing to stress over, that's for sure. Let's see. Okay, that looks like that's most questions. So what other color? I'm going to go ahead and use this rust again. This one's I've been using the snot out of it. Actually, I think I'll go ahead and just construct this one before I cut another one. And I think I already have some extra white ones from another project that I made stored away right here. So that will work. I always try to use up my leftovers and not be wasteful. And I think these are the right length too. Perfect.
Can't wait to make a feather of many colors.
Right? That might be enough right there. Yay, I may be in business. I just may be in business. Am I still popping and crackling and shit?
A little bit.
Oh, Lord. I truly don't understand how that's an issue. I've never had that issue with this mic, so I really don't know. Let me make sure it's on the correct mic. Oh, yeah, it says it is.
It's funny, when you got closer, it stopped popping as much.
You know, I think I may need to move it all together. I'll do it in just a second. Let me finish taking out my whites. Because the last time I did and I had it more in front of me. Okay, that's off-white. I swear the older I get, the closer I get to being colorblind. I swear to baby Jesus. Okay, I think everything left in there is off-white. All right. I'm cutting 4-inch pieces. No, don't. You're not behind. Nobody's behind. Nobody's ahead. This is just supposed to be real
Hi,
chill
Rody.
and fun. It's supposed to be real chill and fun. I'm going to mute while I move this and go ahead and make you full screen so they can see what you're brushing out while I do it, okay?
Okay.
All right.
So I am just working on smoothing. Like I said, once you use the pet brush on it, it starts to really it makes it get all fuzzy and fluffy. I've found that the comb does not do that as bad because the pet brush will split it'll help split the fiber. So like this side was done with the pet brush. If I were to come over here and just start combing, and you always start at the ends of it. I have a couple different combs that I like to use. This is a really good one for getting up in the tops to keep them after they've been laid out. I'm finding to keep it smooth and to help smooth the fibers back down. This one works to start them, to start going through and start them on the ends. It just kind of depends on if it's really pulling, I will keep switching. But it just takes, this is the hardest part, is that it just takes time and patience to sit there and keep working your threads to rake over them. The important thing is to hold the center line. But you'll see in just a second the difference between the side that I've not used the pet brush on versus the side that I've used just a rat tail on. It'll work out. That'll be cool. So it doesn't take as much. And it doesn't leave it as fuzzy. The side is more fuzzy than, in my opinion. I also like to flip it over and work on both sides as I'm combing it out so that I don't, or so that it allows all the thread to become untangled, because you're working with 4 layers. So you've got 8, there's going to be 32 strings per knot once they're unknotted, because these are 4 and you're tying 4. So that's 8 ends. 8 times 4 is 32. So, hey, Peppermint Schmoka.
All right, let's see if I got it done now. Is that better?
Better. It sound.
I
Go ahead.
I think part of the issue is whenever I get further away, it starts trying to pick up more of the noise in the room. And I've got an air purifier and stuff going pretty much always. So what's up,
Nothing into
Peppermint?
that.
I'm working with the colors I have. They are school colors, so it will work out. Yes, of course it'll work out. So again, for ease, I'm going to actually literally just construct mine on my marker until I decide what piece of wood I want to put it on. So I'm going to go into the solo and I'm going to show you guys how to get onto your feather making again. I'm going to go ahead and pop mine down because, again, I don't want it going all over the place. So I think for the purpose of this, it'll be a little bit easier to do this way. I hope everybody's having a good weekend so far. I know the weather here is finally like getting a little bit better. So for those of you who weren't in here, I'm doing this on the marker first because I don't feel like struggling with a big old piece of wood while I am making this project. So I'm just casting off to something like this because I like my loop to already be made. I don't like to feed my feather that's been made through a loop because I just feel like it kind of rats it up a little bit. And I'm a little bit on the picky side. Another thing that I'll probably end up doing with this project is braiding down and macrameing down my cord. I won't add any beads in this case, but if I were going to, I would go ahead and slide it on now because you can always position it where you want it and then braid around it. So, I mean, I guess I could slide one on. It doesn't really matter. So I'll go ahead and do that. And later on, whenever I braid down it, it'll be super easy just to go around it. I have issues sometimes getting my beads on my cord just because I'm a fumbler. So if you ever have an issue, you can always use your rat tail comb to help push them through. So anywho, I've got my bead on, and that'll make it later on. Whenever I start braiding around, I can just slide this into position where I want it and then keep braiding around it. I may actually braid this way up so I could wrap my stick. There's a bunch of different ways to do it, but that's for a different video, right? So here we go. I'm going to start this way. Got my first loop made. Super simple, guys. Y'all have already seen this. I'm just doing it again for anybody who maybe has not watched the tutorial. I'm going to take my tails and I'm going to feed them through that loop. I kind of hold them with that finger, and then I'll open this loop with my two fingers. This is always harder to do when somebody's watching me, and pull my tails through. And then you just bring it tight, and that's it. It's really, really very simple. I like to keep mine pretty much the same consistency, so you end up with a nice, just uniform look all the way down your feather. I'm also super picky. It doesn't have to be uniform, right? These are things found in nature, and almost nothing in nature is symmetrical. So now that I've showed y'all how to attach that, I'll attach one more, and then we'll go back to our split screen layout. Just remember, since I started on my left side, now I want my loop on my right. And I'm going to do the same thing I did last time and just sit there and push them through both and grab them and pull. It's super simple. If you accidentally get one uneven, just tug it just a tiny bit before you tighten it down. And if your thread starts doing what mine's doing, it's not a big deal. Just roll it over and push it up. And there we go. That's how I'm going to start mine. And let's go back to where we can see everybody. Hey, Shelly. I'm glad you're watching and learning. Sorry for a little bit all over the place. This isn't really the norm for my channel. But I want it to be for certain things, right? I think that with all the things that we talk about in this community and all the cases we all follow, to have something relaxing and zen to do is kind of cool, right? I like to work in my base string color in little spots throughout my feather so that I have kind of a continuity, because since I use the one string method and I have my tails that actually form the tip of my feather, I just like to, whatever my string is that I'm using, I just like for it to match. So I go ahead and just sprinkle in a little bit of white throughout. So that way it looks like it's supposed to be that way. I'll probably make some solid feathers on this one too, though, just to do something a little bit different. Probably going to go for something more like what Phoenix did. As a matter of fact, I doubt she can, but just in case, if anybody has finished their products and they want to show what they've done, I'm going to go ahead and drop the link for you guys. Amber made a glorious Christmas present this year. Super cool. It's got a lot of different feathers on it. It was really, really neat. And it was one of her first projects. Like, she really just went after it. It was really cool. So again, just rotate sides, you guys. Trying to make it where you can still see real good. This is kind of a light colored thread. Sorry, I probably should have used the other side of my board. And what are you putting together over there, Miss Ma'am? Is that black I'm seeing?
I have black, and then I'm going to start working in white. I will start working some white strings in with the black. I start off 4 and 4. I do 2 of each, and then I start changing my thread up so that I'll have 3 blacks, 1 white, 2 blacks, 2 whites, etc., etc.
Okay.
All right, so as I was pulling that loop, I had a loop that got messy, so I just slid it down the guide rope.
Yeah.
I will bring it back up. I will try to re-even my ends so that they're all...
Yeah, consistency is definitely key to getting a nice, pretty feather when you're done. It doesn't have to be perfect, which is really cool, because you can still have a very pretty end product.
Right.
But, you know, consistency does help, that's for sure.
All right, so we'll go ahead and slide this back through.
So one thing I didn't talk about in the tutorial is, depending on which white thread is on the main loop, that one's going to show up more in your final product of your feather. So since this one I started on the left side, the next one, unless I want the white to also show up on the same side, I'm going to make sure I start it on the right side. And that way my white will kind of stagger throughout my feather. So just so you know.
So I will do 3 black strings to 1 white, and then I'll do the reverse on the other side. I'll do 4 white strings to 1 black.
Okay.
And then I do 2 of those, but I alternate. So if the black feathers, if the majority of the black is on that side for the first one, then it'll be on the other side for the second one.
Okay, yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes, of course.
It's just how I variegate it through. I think it's my pattern in that, you know, happens in my silly little brain. And I don't always alternate. I mean, you can alternate, or you can not. I mean, it just depends on how you want it to look. Okay, so now I'll do... and 1 black, and they will go this way. And then you do. And they will go that way.
Okay, I jumped out and back in hopes that that would help fix my sound issue. Does that sound any better?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, well, hopefully, because I'm getting annoyed. I've never had these issues and I don't have a cheap mic.
Are you hearing it?
No, I can't hear anything. I don't hear a crackle at all.
Are you guys hearing it? Crackle?
I think that Pray for Rock and Roll did, but I don't. I guess I should have asked whether she could be behind in the stream as well, eh?
No, you're still crackling.
I'm sorry you're feeling bad, Jacob. I don't know what to say. I'm sorry if it's really bad, guys. I'm sorry you're not feeling good, Jacob. How bad is it, Amber? Okay, thanks, Nicole.
Let's see. What is this? Day 5? Oh, and I did not do enough string. So you figure it out real quick. What? I'm sorry.
One thing I liked about with these screws on here, I know about how many wraps give me 16 strings or whatever. So that has been cool with that. I hate cutting the string, you guys. That's like my least favorite part of this entire project. That's why I cheat with my little piece of wood. I'm going to make this one a good bit bigger than my last ones. But if I were doing it the same size as my last ones, I think I would be about there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, this would be how many you would want to attach, right at 8 of them or so, in order to do the size feather for the project.
I really want to get some macrame cording. I am going to order myself some with my YouTube dollars this month.
Oh my God, Amber, I love that. Neuro spicy. I'm going to tell that to my husband next time he's making fun of my brain.
Neuro spicy.
Neuro spicy. That's interesting. Yeah, I definitely try to come up with little hacks that help my hands and stuff. That's for sure. That's for sure.
One of the tutorials I was watching, a lady showed that you can wrap it on a book, and you want a book whose cover is bigger than the pages, so then you can slide your scissor right down that.
Oh, the opening, yeah, that's smart. That's smart.
I was like, well, that lady, you're brilliant. Thank you for the hint.
Yeah, that's smart.
All right, so I just went ahead and cut a little bit more black string.
Yeah, that's definitely super smart.
I'm going to throw a little bit more white string on there.
You must be making some pretty damn big feathers, though, to wrap it around a book, unless it's like a really small book. What the hell?
Well, they said it's about 8 inches is what which is what my little mat is here, is 8 inches.
Oh, okay. These ones that I'm using now are actually 6 inches.
Yeah, so I'm not willing to work that tiny.
They're 2 to 6 inches isn't tiny. The 4 I did on the original one was a little bit small, but 6 inches makes a good size feather.
Using the yarn, it doesn't open up like that, is the only thing. Like, I don't know. Once I get cording, I may never go back to yarn, and whoever is our crocheter in the group might get sent all the yarn.
Yeah.
Oh, damn, I just cut my finger.
Oh, be careful. Don't be bleeding on the product now, okay?
Yeah, I know. Hey, it's made with blood, sweat, and tears, apparently, today.
Hey, man. It is what it is, right?
Blood, sweat, and tears, baby. Can't say I don't put my all into every project.
I look forward to getting some emails that have everybody's finished projects in them. I really super love doing crafts like this when I get to see like when we did the paint and sips. It was really fun. I don't have the Facebook group anymore, but I just got rid of it. But either way, it was really fun. Oops, I did it backwards because then I could see everybody's finished projects, you know? And it was
Hmm.
really cool to see what everybody had done and all the differences between, you know, our paintings, even though we were technically painting the same thing. So, what's our next holiday? Is it St. Patty's? Is that the next one?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you already started like coming up with crafts? Oh,
Yes,
good, Wing
ma'am.
Zero.
Hey,
Wing
Wing.
Zero made one.
Yep,
Hmm.
I have a shamrock shaped wreath in the works. And then I've got the same things that I've done for the shop with the different decorations. I'll do for St. Patty's Day. And then they have me doing some spring and some summer ones.
Nice.
Um, but yeah, I don't know what's going to happen next year because I guess I'll just have to make the new additional items that they come forth with because like I really screw myself. The first year is always great with a new client because I can bring in stuff every holiday. But then after that, I'm kind of stuck because if they save them,
Yeah, that's true. You better start making them where they fall apart. Um, I, oh, hey, Coco. Um,
oh,
I do eat ramen every now and then, Phoenix. Not very often though, because it's just so awful for you and it kind of hurts. But sometimes I do eat it sometimes just because I like it. But I try not to. I
I
try
try not to
not
have
to.
more than 4 packages a month.
I try not to have more than like one every 3 months or so.
I like ramen. I like it. And I still, um, I don't even do like all the soup, all the water in it. I like my ramen very not
Just
bowl
kind of
full of.
dry.
Yep,
Yeah.
I like it just the noodles with very little liquid.
When I was a kid, I would make it and I would pour out still cutting 4-inch pieces. It's okay, girl. That's why we're here to BS with you while you do it. None of us are going to be completely done at the end of this live. It's just so we can get together. And if you guys have questions or you've run into hiccups as you're going, you know, oh my goodness. Yes, please. She says I'm making custom ramen bowls that hold chopsticks. I might paint you a Pokemon one and send it to you. Yes, please. Yes, please. I'm really enjoying the new scatterbug and all its evolutions. How are you doing on the scatterbug evolutions? Are you getting them from all over into different regions, Phoenix, or are you needing more friends? Because I joined a group that is absolutely amazing for it. Absolutely amazing. My dyslexia is in like hyper overdrive today. Keep almost doing this backwards. I think it's also because I keep looking at the screen. That sounds like such a fun project. I have to cut more because I didn't cut enough. Yes, yes. I know it happens to the best of us. As y'all can see, I'm just kind of, if you're kind of curious what size feather you'll have as you're going. Oh, I need to move this up. I taped it too low. Hang on, you guys. I'm sorry. So, if you're wanting to see kind of where you're at about in size, one of the ways to do that is kind of just droop all your stuff down, and then you can see. So, I'm at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I have approximately a 6-inch feather right now. I think that's not quite big enough for what I'm wanting to do, but you're missing sandstorm. Okay, I can get you some friends code for the sandstorm region. I think I want to add just a bit more because I think I want this to be at least 7 inches. But that's how you can kind of eyeball what size feather you're at is just by kind of putting them all down into a point and seeing about what size you're at.
I sat for about an hour last night and watched Legal Mindset playing the new Hogwarts Harry Potter game. It was kind of cool watching him do that.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Sometimes it's fine. It's like fun to just do mindless stuff,
I thought it was really cool to take it from, he's always covering attorney, trial, court, things like that. And I thought it was really cool to see a different side of him.
Yeah, that is kind of fun, just to kick back every now and then. Not everything's got to be so damn serious, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now I think I want to add one more white, but to the other side now. So you guys see, it's just such an easy craft. Anybody can do it.
And I will change my pattern up as I go.
Oh, Amber, you got me laughing. I'm so sad I'm not going to be in Vegas next week, man. I'm so sad. I really wish I could have done that. What a waste of money. Non-refundable flight and shit, but whatever. Hey, Nosh is here with you guys. Oh no, do you have the stomach virus too, Toots? Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. Hey, Burden Approve. What's up,
Burden?
Mama? If you want to click that pinned link, if you have long enough to jump up here and tell me what the new stuff is in the Athena case, I would love you for it. But I also know you just got done with your own, or you may still be live, so I won't, hold you to it or nothing. But I sure would like to know the update. Yeah, I'm super bummed about it. Amber, I'm super bummed.
Is that our Athena?
Athena Strand. Yeah, Athena Strand. I sound off. Yeah, it's been a rough day. Pray for rock and roll. I don't feel good either, to be honest. But I don't have a stomach bug, thank God. Stomach bugs are the worst. Oh, she believed she could power through motion sickness to play Hogwarts Legacy. Yeah. Hey, let's see. N.Y. Thoven? Nithoven? I'm not sure how to say that name.
Nithoven.
Okay, cool then. Cool then. Yeah, I haven't looked in on that case in a few weeks because of everything I've had going on. Yay. Thank you so much, Burden Approve.
Yay. Thank you, Burden.
Because, that case we both are very interested. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And I did get a thank you card from her mama.
I know. That was so kind of her to do that with everything they were going through.
Yep. In the middle of that mama's grief, she was kind enough to wish warm holiday. I mean, and doggone, when I got that and I read that, I needed those warm wishes because it was right after I found my house flooded.
Yes, girl. Yes. Sometimes.
Like the way that her mama was a light in the darkness. Like that's.
Hold on just 1 second. Right. Oh, damn, Amber, it's that bad. Please tell me it was 4 inches. Yes. The original project, the strings I used were 4 inches. But you're going to be cutting them down to size, so don't worry. And if you accidentally cut them a little bit shorter, just tie those on towards the bottom of your feather. It'll be okay. It's seriously that's one of the reasons I wanted to do this craft with you guys, is because it's just it's relaxing. It's not meant to be stressful. Everything's cool. You don't have to, there's no need for any kind of stress. Thank you, Shelly. So this is, I think, right about where I'm going to stop. Let me see if I'm going to be up to 7 inches now. Yeah, that's going to be really close. So I don't know where I want this on my string, you guys. I know I'm going to move it down from where it's at now for whenever I attach it. But I don't know where I want it on my string or where it's going to go in relationship to my whole overall project. So what I'm probably going to do now, because this is right about where I want it, is start my next one with my next color, because I'm going to have like, a bunch of different ones for this project. I'm going to use a lot of earth tones and maybe some gray, and I know they like black and stuff, so probably going to use a little bit of all of them. So I'm just going to get me another thread, but this time I'm going to use my rust color, and I think that that would look good inside it to tone it off. So I want my middle string for my next feather to be this khaki color that I used. So yay, here's Burden.
Hey,
What up,
ladies.
woman? How you
Hey,
doing?
Irene, how are you?
I'm good. How are you two?
Doing
We're
good.
just
crafting.
fine as macrame fur.
Just crafting away.
Yeah.
I love
So,
it.
was there like a decent size update in the case, or is it just what's going on? What's the digs?
So it's there are well, it was like updates with both Athena Brownfield and Athena Strand.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
With Athena Strand, it's that they're ultimately asking for a bill. State representative filed a bill that would allow delayed release to people charged with certain crimes against children.
Okay.
And so they kind of go in detail about that, but it's dubbed Athena's Law.
Oh, nice.
So that's really cute. Yeah.
Nice.
And it changes it ultimately. So instead of somebody bonding and basically being able to go within 48 hours or like right away, they are setting it so that ultimately they would have a minimum of 48 hours, but a maximum of 7 days. And then in the other cases with certain scenarios, certain things added to it, right? If it was against a child or under a certain age, and then it would be a minimum of 48 hours and a maximum of 30 days after posting of bond. And so that gives them time to be able to look into things like, and it's a prime example because of the fact he was later found out to then have these other charges put against him for
Yes.
right.
Yes.
Yep. So it makes perfect sense. And
Yes.
that would be great if that would go through. That would be so good. And then also with hers, her mother teamed up with, I'm probably going to say it wrong, Mattel. Is that how you would say like the Barbie?
Yeah.
Mattel?
That's Mattel. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Mattel donated Barbies to Fort Worth Hospital in honor of Athena.
Oh, bless.
Aww.
Yeah, and so the Cook Children's Medical Center received 2,000 Barbies and other toys in memory of Athena.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh.
And like because Athena had been hospitalized at one point for 3 days, she got like a little stuffed prayer bear and it became her favorite little animal, like her favorite bear. She loved it so much. And
Aww.
yeah, and so they had all of the kids be able to come in. They were able to select a toy, have a snack, and complete crafts. It was so cute.
Oh,
Oh,
that's so sweet.
Oh,
And everything we learned about Athena Strand is that would have been right up her alley, huh?
yes, ma'am.
Oh, that's so sad, but also very beautiful.
I know.
So, what about
Yes.
with our other baby Athena? What was her update? If you don't mind, can I just pick your brain?
Go for it. Go for it. So she, ultimately the community ended up gathering in Rush Springs, which is where they ended up finding her.
Yes, ma'am.
And they did a vigil for her. So they did another vigil. And while they were there, which is kind of interesting because normally there's a vigil as its own thing, and then a tree planting in honor of somebody or something. And they do that during the day, but instead they did this combined. And so it was a nighttime vigil. And then they also planted a tree in honor of her. And then there was a little one, she's pretty young, pretty maybe 10ish. I don't know, don't quote me on that, that sang. and then probably a pastor, somebody that ended up praying, and it was a real long, sounded like a great prayer, but it's really hard to hear. It was very hard.
Oh, boo.
I know. So I dropped the link for people so they could hopefully maybe play it and put it up to their ear and maybe they could hear it. But
Oh, that sucks. I hate it when they do something like that and they have bad audio-visual tech.
yes.
Really frustrating because so many of us care and want to be there for it and see it, and we just really can't. Um, that's so sad. Oh my
Or like
god.
press conferences. Oh my gosh, it never fails that their audio sucks. I'm like, you have a million microphones right in front of you. Why can't we hear you?
Oh, I know. Or like whenever they go to ask the press questions and stuff, like
Yes.
you can't hear a damn thing. It's so
No.
frustrating. You just have to guess by the answer what the hell they asked.
Of like I let it play all the way through and then I'll try to help out by going back and turn up my headset and then I can actually hear the question and then I'll like pause and and try to tell my audience like this is what the question was and then it makes so much more sense what they're answering. But yeah,
Yes, yes.
it
I
is
hate
really
that.
frustrating.
I hate that. Have you taken on any new cases lately that you're covering over on your channel? Perfectly. If you wouldn't mind dropping Burden of Proof's channel link, I'm pretty sure everybody here knows are good, but if you wouldn't mind dropping that just in case, that would be great.
I
Have
don't
you?
like this. It's a skunk feather.
Ah, don't give up. That's really cute, though. It is kind of
It
skunky,
is.
ain't it?
Yeah, it is kind of, but it's kind of
Cute,
cute.
though.
It's a
Don't give
skunk
up.
feather.
You have to trust the process, though. I did a black and white feather in my small project, and it looks really cute.
Yeah, though this one looks like a stupid skunk. Like I skinned a skunk and tried to make a
Feather
feather.
lip you.
Feather
I
lip
don't
you.
I don't know if I don't even know off the top of my head if I've got any current open. I don't even know right now. Because I do so many, I don't even know.
Oh, I
Um,
know. You do go through a lot of damn cases, girl.
I was gonna cover one, but it's kind of seems strange. So it's about a Michigan mother who went to New York to meet a man from a dating app like weeks ago, and there's been no trace of her.
Is it the
But
African American woman?
no, I think she's more Asian.
Oh, okay. Gosh, then there's more than one of them right now. Keep going. My bad. Go ahead.
um, yeah, well, yeah, I'd say she's more Asian. Yeah, so anyway, so I guess he lived in the Bronx and she went to go live with him. There's been nothing heard from her, and her friend is the one that's actually pushing like for the wellness check and what's going on with her. But her daughter, she's got 3 children. She's in contact with nobody, nothing. But I guess she was starting to distance herself before she even went. So basically, as soon as she met him on dating app, she started distancing from friends and from family. And people that have covered the case, like Sleuth Mom covered it, and the daughter came on the comment section and was trying to say like that's not the case. Like mom is missing. She's not missing. She has chose to leave. She made a choice as an adult to go be with a man and that's it, that's all. She's not missing. So, I've been hesitant whether I should go forward with actually covering it all the way now or
Oh,
not,
yeah. Yeah.
because
Yeah,
I don't wanna
because
make
that's
her children. I totally get it. Like, if I were a child and I mean, I already know my mom walked out when I was younger, and I was angry with her. I was really angry. Like, that's a selfish move, very selfish, to go choose a man over your children, and I think it's selfish. So I was already angry. I could only imagine if I were one of her children and it's now being put on a big display and it's put under the statement that she's missing as though she could be in danger
but
when you
when
know.
really she just abandoned the fuck out of him.
Right.
Oh, pardon the F bomb, but yeah. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, I think that's yeah, that's
See what I'm saying? So I'm kind of like,
yeah, that's like yeah, that's whenever it goes from being, like a true crime thing to like a custody family issue type thing, and that's not, you know.
right. Yep. Yep.
Oh,
And
yay,
then
Holly. Welcome. If you have any questions or you're not sure where to start, I posted a tutorial that you could watch in 2x speed, literally in about 10 minutes to get you all caught up. If you have any questions, just let us know and we'll answer. Welcome to the graveyard. Yeah, that's a hard one, that's a hard one.
yeah.
Because you don't want to meddle and make it worse, right?
Yeah.
Gosh,
Exactly.
I didn't even think about, I bet you there's a lot of times back in the day when people would kind of go quote unquote missing, but they had just kind of, abandoned their life. And I bet you today it's a little bit harder to do stuff like that. Because, you're going to get like a silver alert on you or something, right?
Exactly.
Gosh,
Yeah,
how
like there was one a little boy, and his family's in Hawaii, and he was here in America. Supposed to be his caregivers were his grandparents, and they uh, it's really another strange one, but the FBI is saying he hasn't been seen in months. This little boy hasn't been seen. He's missing, right? FBI
Oh,
is trying to find him.
wow.
But in Hawaii, they are very private. They don't like their business being plastered all over the place, and like they like to keep stuff to themselves. And
Yeah.
basically, they're saying that supposedly the aunt has him and is protecting him from I guess the grandfather, maybe possibly. So it's a little weird, but the family is saying he's not missing. We know where he is, and that's it. That's all. Nothing more to it. He is not missing. We know where he's at. No missing child. And so I was also like, do I cover this one or not? Because they don't want coverage. They're mad. They do not want people putting coverage out about it. And so I kind of was
Wow.
stuck with that one too. Like, okay, do
For
I?
anybody
I mean,
just joining, I'm going to throw myself in solo layout real quick so y'all can see how I'm attaching my threads to my base string for my feather. Go ahead and keep talking, girl. I just wanted to go a little bit bigger so people could see that maybe we're just getting here.
okay. Yeah, you'd be surprised how many people, as much help as wanted and needed with the missing collective as a whole, right? There's a lot of help needed, but you'd be surprised how many actually get angry. There was another creator that covered a case and then was contacted by the family saying, remove the video, take it down, you're exploiting, da da da. And so they took it down. And then I also was contacted by somebody, and they said that the girl had been found, and the girl actually wrote to me, but I missed the message. And then the next day, I got the mom's message. She was not as nice, I'll tell you that. Not as nice as the daughter. And she
Dang.
told me I was exploiting her daughter, and I'm like, well, first of all, I'm not getting money. But no, the last thing I want to do is exploit children. No way. No way. Like, I just want to
Well,
help
and you
find.
don't do multiple videos generally. You're not one that sits there and bleeds the case dry and does video after video after video after video. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that was pretty harsh.
Yeah.
I don't
It was
consider.
only one video. It's
Yeah,
only one video.
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You're pretty good about, like, here's the case. Here's what's going on next. Here's this case. Here's what's going on next.
Yeah. I
And if
spent
there's an
7 minutes.
update,
I think it was 7 minutes total on it when I covered her, because there wasn't much info out about her, but I wanted to make sure that I got her out there. And
yeah, and if there's an update, then you're really good about, giving the update and moving along. So but I guess it's sensitive, right? It's just a
yeah.
sensitive thing.
Well, I understood the daughter's point of view immediately. Like, once I did see the message, she said that it was kind of like it was a misunderstanding, and that she was being picked on or like harassed kind of because of it,
Mm.
and that my video made it worse. And I immediately felt so bad. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'll definitely take it down. I
Of
feel
course
so
you
bad.
did, because you're not an a-hole. Did you see the comments in chat? Because I kind of agree. It says, but that sounds suspicious to me. So show him to the FBI, case closed. If they don't want coverage, then they should prove that he's okay, and then they'll stop looking like the baby could be truly missing and they're covering it up. Exactly. Yes. All those things.
Yep.
All those things. Like, isn't that kind of how it went down with the Valo case, though?
Yes.
Yes,
Right.
so look at that, and look where uh look where they ended up.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
and that's even what I said too. I'm like, yeah, but I don't understand if they know where the child is and they're keeping it safe from a different family member, why wouldn't they just show the FBI where he is? And the FBI is not going to go telling the grandparents. So, like,
I have been following that case forever, and for some reason I cannot remember the boy child's name right now. JJ, was
JJ?
it JJ and Tylee?
Yeah.
JJ and Tylee Ryan.
Okay, that's what I thought. My brain was just like, no, that's not it. Sometimes.
I've followed it
Sometimes it sounds wrong. Yeah.
Okay, so
because of being growing up predominantly LDS in a predominantly LDS area, and being the rare non-LDS person at a lot of LDS functions growing up, I've followed that case. I'm also, that girl, I found us another group for sister wives. Oh, and they hate
yeah, you'll
Cody
have
more
to
than we do.
link me into that one. I'll show you. I saw a question in chat. What if I want to add 3 colors to a feather? Well, then add
Oh,
3
you can do
colors.
that.
Let me show you. I have one. I can't show you, unfortunately, on the video, but I can pull up a picture that
There's
I
one with
use 3 colors in. This is a whole set. Every single one of them has 3 or more colors. One of them has, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colors even.
This one has multiple colors in it.
Oh, cool.
Let me see how I can share this, you guys.
Oh, that one looks so fluffy.
Yeah. I got a couple fluffy ones. I got a purple with all different colors in it. Here's a definite all different colors.
I keep clicking the wrong things on my computer.
Oh, wow.
Today.
And this is from using
share
that variegated yarn. That turns into this.
Oh, wow.
Check out this one. And that is from...
Oh, pretty.
this yarn. I cannot wait to do one with this. This is like pinks and teals and red, fuchsia. I cannot wait to do one. And I've got a coral. Yeah, I've got a coral to go with that as an accent color. Those should look pretty good together.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and here is one I did with just the cords. That is, it has 5 different colors. Each, the top 2 each have obviously 3 colors, and then the bottom one has 5. So you can sprinkle it in however you want, man. Just literally, there's no wrong way to do it. And the great thing about it, when you're first getting started, the reason I did the smaller feathers in the video tutorial is because you're not wasting a lot, and it's just really a good, it's just really a good way to get things going. I use a Quick and Stiff. Let me stop sharing that, and I will pull that out for you. Give me 5 seconds.
Yeah, that was the other thing.
There you go. Aleene's Stiffen Quick. That's what I use. Let me make it a little bit bigger. It's great. It's not too expensive. But I do know that there's other things that could be used. You could even probably use a watered down Elmer's glue. And I know that Voices has been using freaking Rave hairspray, and it is working like a champ. Working like a champ.
I have been using Rave 4x Mega Hold. I also purchased this Aleene's fabric stiffener draping liquid. I've yet to try this, but the Rave is working so much better. It gives it, as a matter of fact, here, let's, we will just go ahead and spray this.
Yeah, cool. Cool. I'm just going to keep it on you so you can show them a spray while I keep working. Do you ever craft at all, Burden, or are you just over here to say hi because you love us?
Well, yeah, I definitely stepped over because I love yes, but I used to like really love crafting. I want to start getting back into stuff again, and
Yeah.
but I don't know, like, I'm thinking about doing some type of diamond because I've never done any of the diamond art stuff, and so
Oh,
I've kind
Loco
of
does
been,
a ton of that.
yeah,
Yeah.
I've been considering that. Like, I actually have Amazon brought up with that in the search, but I haven't looked through it yet.
Well, the way I do stuff around here, it doesn't matter whether or not you're doing the craft we are. Anybody's always welcome to join with any craft that they're doing.
Hmm. I love that.
Yeah, just any work in project, any work in progress. When we used to do painting together, some of the girls would join and knit. You know, it's just a time to kind of relax and catch some zen. I've been making some refrigerator magnets lately that are super cute. I'll show y'all in a minute. Um, I got these mini canvas boards that are 3x3. And they're super cute, and it's just so zen. I bought the dotting tools, that you can make all the different dots with, and it's just so fun and relaxing. I love it, and it's like mindless. One thing about these cases that people don't realize is it takes a lot of research and a lot of reading and putting your brain through a bad situation over and over again to decide what you want to discuss or not. And so for me, it's nice to have something that is just mindless.
Hmm. Yeah,
And not
definitely.
so seriously. So I do that too, you guys, as I spray mine and get it kind of where I want it. I'll adjust it with my comb and stuff. So whether you're using the cotton strands like I am or the yarn like Voices is, that's very much part of the process.
And once you feel it's dry, then you flip it over and you start to futz with the back side of it. Because the smoother that the back lays, the smoother the front's going to lay. And if you want to be able to see all of your colors and the variegation, you kind of got to get it as smooth as possible. This is the worst part about the feather, if you ask me, is this final futzing. Because I could sit here and futz with it until I've made it bald.
Oh, me
Yeah,
too. Yes, me
I could
too.
totally comb a feather almost down to nothing.
Girl,
That would
me
be my
too.
issue.
That's why I
mean,
don't think I could ever do the yarn. I would have like such stringy mess left.
Well, and it's not so bad. It like you learn real quick on how much you can do with it for futzing it, because pretty soon you start seeing your whole feather like coming off in chunks, and and then when your cast off pile is looking more like a dust bunny instead of a
Right? Like a
pile
whole
of
little
yarn.
animal. Yes.
Yeah, it looks like it could get up and scurry across your craft table. You know that you've definitely gone too far. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to call this good. So I'm going to give it another real quick douse with the hairspray to hold it in place. And then I'm going to get my scissors out and I'm going to do the ultimate. This is when you know you're done with your feather. And even if I'm not done with this feather, I'm done with this feather.
And
If
I
you get
cut mine before I spray them. She cuts hers after she sprays them. I have not tried to do that with the cotton yet. I also use a rotary cutter, so it's a little bit different for me.
I left my rotary cutter at home, so I'm making do with what I got on me.
Yeah, exactly. And there's no right or wrong way to do it. Like she brushes hers more straight out. I tend to brush mine out and down. It's just whatever looks good to you guys. What up, Queenie? Love you, girl. I just,
Queen bee.
there's really no right or wrong way to do it. You just
It's a little bit easier to clean up when you have it with hairspray, because then you can just roll it in a little pile.
Yeah, I did notice that the other day when you were cutting them. Yes, that it seemed to do a whole lot better. I'm almost done with this one too. And then I'll set it to the side. And then you guys, I'll go ahead. Once this is done, I will do a video for you guys where y'all can see me taking them off my supports and actually adding them onto the piece of wood that I'm going to use. And you can see me braid them and do all that stuff. I'll do a little time-lapse video for you guys that are still going to want to see that. Oh, actually, yeah, you guys, that was the feathers I showed y'all a little bit ago that has the teal and the purple and the white and stuff. Those were Queen's feathers, and she loves them. I'm glad you love them because I love you.
Are yours little? Are yours going to be smaller, that girl, than her big one?
Yes, the ones I've made so far will be. The next one that I'm going to cut for this, these are going to be about 4 inches wide, maybe a little bit more, by about 7 inches in length. The ones that I did for the tutorial were only about 3 inches, 3.5 inches in length. I'm going to be doing a bunch of different sizes on the project that I'm doing now. So it'll vary. These I'm doing with 4-inch strands that I'm connecting, and I'll cut them down. The next one I'm probably going to up it to 6. So it'll be a little bit wider. And that's what I'm saying, since I'm making bases for so many feathers, when I attach them and stuff, I'll do a video so you guys can see how I moved it from a pin to my big ass log so that I wasn't having to fuss with.
These are 7 inches wide by 10 inches long.
Yeah, I knew they were a good size. I knew they were.
I can't make them little. I don't like how they look when they're little. I want them big.
Did you just hear her tell me my craft sucks? Did y'all hear that?
I heard that. No, I said I can't make them little with yarn. No.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, with yarn, that may be a little bit harder, but I don't know.
Yarn, I tried to make them little with yarn, and it was just a little puff ball.
You're right.
So, and like they don't turn out the same. They look like a funny little puff ball.
But you haven't brushed that out or shaped it or anything, to be fair.
Not yet. I mean, I'm close. I started brushing it out.
Your strings are super long. Whenever I'm making small ones, I use 2-inch pieces. You need to lose half that, and it won't look like that.
Okay.
Yeah, you need to go ahead and start by losing half that length on your edges, because that's why it looks like that, baby.
I was so confused. I'm like, wait a minute. It looks like it almost looks like a dog face.
No, I know. Like your friend, who is it? Auntie Side Eye that does all the cool yarn crafts.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Girl, Burden, she makes poodles and all kinds of stuff out of yarn. It's the craziest thing you've ever seen.
Really?
Yes, it's really cool.
Oh,
she does really cool stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
She makes some really cool old lady crafts, but she's not really an old lady. Or at least I don't think she is. She doesn't seem to be old, but I don't know for sure.
Well, she never had kids. And I think she's a couple years older than me. I think she said she was 50.
Oh, okay. Okay. So she's, same.
She's my age. She's our age. I mean, for the most part.
Yeah. Perfectly sized. Just put some googly eyes on it. And you guys, I don't care how weird your first project looks. Send me pictures. If you hit a hiccup, send me an email. I'm more than happy to even jump in a private StreamYard with you.
Absolutely.
And help you figure out whatever it is that, oh, yay, Nicole, jump up and show us if you want. I pin the link. But, I'm more than happy to help you guys. There goes my ring light. Let me turn that back on. I'm more than happy to help you guys figure out whatever hiccup you may be having so that you can be happy with your final results.
I'm so happy. I'm so excited that I learned how to make this. Yesterday I was up on panel with Queen and she's like, I don't know, somebody's got something scratchy in the background. I'm like, oh, that's me. It's that girl's fault. Blame it on that girl.
Girl, don't you even be blaming me.
Like, blame it on that girl. I'm combing out feathers. She's got me making feathers.
Oh man.
That girl, have you ever made wow, why can't I think of it right now? Dream catchers?
Oh yeah.
Dream catchers. That's actually going to be one of the next things I do. Yes. I don't want to do like a traditional one though. I was telling Voices the only thing I'm missing for that project is some fairy lights. But I actually think I do have some. Did I tell you that, Voices? I think I found some fairy lights when I was looking for my Dowel rod.
Oh, I have one that has fairy light. I don't know if it's called a fairy light or not, but it's got lights through it that I turn on and it's like twinkles through the thing and it dingles.
Those are fairy lights.
He told me I can have one of these sheds that's up here so that I can work my dream catcher on the.
Yeah, she's going to use an antler, which I think will be really, really cool. Nicole, email me a picture. I want to see.
I'm gonna put the dream catcher in the middle of the shed, so it'll be like off of those three, because it will make it set up. Let's see.
I wonder, since you're making it out of a dead animal, will you have nightmare catcher instead?
No, it's a dream catcher, you heard.
I'm just messing with you, girl.
Can you do me a favor and when you like put out the oh man, I did this with Nicole too. I came up with ingredients instead of what is it, materials? I don't know.
Yes, whenever I do the material list and the tutorial, I'll make sure I link you.
Thank you so much. And then that way I can get on it because I really would be interested in that for sure.
Yeah, I think it'll be fun. Another one I think I'm going to do is just basics. That's really pretty. I'm going to do something a little bit different than that, but it's just like the basics of macrame. I'm going to do some video for you guys that show you the different knots and stuff, and just for people who want to be able to do it a little bit more in depth.
So I made this last year for him.
Yeah, that's a very traditional dream catcher. I like it too, Wing. It's pretty.
It's just a very traditional.
Yeah, that's pretty.
But I'm going to hook this into, this is going to go into that dream catcher with the shed, off the shed antler. That's going to work too.
Yeah,
I'm going to take those off that top. I can take that top knot and I can cast that line onto the, I can cast it onto the arm of the shed. So then it'll be all one piece. But yeah, and then I've got a bunch of, I don't know if I showed you guys these the other day. So everybody know about elk? Elk have a set of ivories. So I've got elk ivories.
Oh, hang on just a second. Your camera's on. Can I go ahead and add you as you are? I think she's just showing us her feathers. So let me add Nicole real quick so we can see her feathers. She's got it perfectly pointed at him.
Oh, beautiful.
Yay. Those are so cute.
I love this. I am going to be addicted.
That is so cool. I love how they turned out.
Good job.
Thank you. Thank you.
You have no idea how happy it makes my heart to see those. That is so cool. I love the colors you use too. That chocolate with the teal is really a nice contrast.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you hear us?
Making sure. Yep.
I love it. And I love that you added extra.
I do too. I really liked it with the extra. Let's see if I can.
Aw. Yay.
So cute.
You did such a good job.
Thank you. You're a good teacher.
That is so beautiful.
It's so weird to see people make something off my tutorial. That's so cool. It looks so good. I love it.
So yes, I'm going to be making a million more of these, just so you know.
Hell yeah.
You know that Etsy's selling those. You can sell those on Etsy for upwards of $80 a piece.
It depends on the sizing, but you can sell them for a lot of money. Yeah, guys. It's
right now, macrame. Yes, macrame wall hangings are coming back in like you wouldn't even believe.
Wow. Well, I
Oh,
have some already in my house. That's why I was really like intrigued by this one, but I never knew how they were made, and now I do.
Isn't it
totally
crazy how
boho.
easy? It's crazy how easy it is, isn't it?
It is. It was super easy. Like I said, I would just thought I'd get started last night, and I was like, heck no, I'm finishing this thing. And then I was like, well, tomorrow I'll just add 3 more during your live stream. So I did.
Yes, I totally love the colors you chose. So when you were watching the video and stuff, is there anything that I could have done better to help you
No,
understand any of the steps more, or was it good for you?
girl, no, that was one of the best tutorial videos I've ever watched.
Oh, you're
Seriously.
flattering me. I
No,
really
I'm not.
appreciate that
You
though.
did really good. I will have to say I chuckled a little at how serious and professional you were speaking during your tutorial because I'm used to hearing you on Queen Bee's panel.
Oh yeah, there's a big difference between the graveyard and the hive, girl.
I love
Included in that
it.
too. She used me as an example as well of like
Yes, sir.
how I sound
Mhm.
when I talk to her off stream compared to when I'm on my stream.
Yeah, there's a big difference. And also my mom watches my videos. My mom doesn't go over to the hive, but both my extremely conservative Christian parents watch my channel. So out of respect for them in my raising, I try to keep things toned down. And I feel like whenever I'm teaching something or doing something of that nature, like my personality shouldn't have a lot to do with it. Um, just because it's not about me. I've got to pick another color. I don't know what other color to use next. 'Cause
Well,
this
I'm
is
going to jump down because I need to go watch the Super Bowl to see if I win any money.
I'm sorry we chose the Super Bowl, David. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to see those. You did so good. They look great.
Thank
Good
you.
job,
And I hope
Nicole.
you do this. Thank you, Burden. Do this again. You should do this often. Really. I'll be here every time.
I'm gonna try to do at least one good tutorial and craft live and stuff a month. That's my goal
Good.
right now.
Okay, cool.
So
I
'cause,
do this all the
just that.
time over on my channel when I craft.
She
Burden,
does.
get ready. I'm going to be telling you to order stuff so you can join us.
As a matter of fact,
Okay.
I can show you guys. I can show you guys paper dream catchers right now. Hang on.
Oh yeah, those are really cute. Pop them up. I'm gonna turn off my camera for just a second. Thank you again, Nicole. That's just so great. I love
Gotta
the
finish
colors.
it out. Hang on.
All
You
right, I
did
will
such
talk
a
to you
great
guys
job.
soon.
Bye,
Bye, sweetheart. I'll
Nicole.
see you
Good
soon.
job.
Bye.
Okay.
Those were so cute. I loved what she chose.
They were so cute. I love
Yes.
that. Yeah, she got really excited. Like she thought because she told me, she gave me a heads up because obviously she mods for me too. So she was like, well, just a heads up, I've got this to do at noon and this to do. Oh, that's really cute.
And then they've got the feathers that go on the bottom.
Oh, cute.
And I'm
I
getting
like the
ready
colors.
to. I
Yeah,
can
these
do
are
them in
really
any
pretty.
color. I can do them in any color. I've got some 6.5-inch ones here in, let's see, what do I got? I've got earth tones. I've got navy. Oh, I've got coastal blues. I've got aqua. I've got grays.
I love how it's kind of the monochrome blue, though, how you have all the different shades of blue and stuff. I love that.
I did that with purple too. Hang on a second. I'm getting down to them. But I did that with the purples too. They're all the varying shades of purple. And then the feathers are all the same as what's on that. And then I decorate these with all kinds of baubles and beads and gemstones and jewels. I brought this case here to work on while I was up here, and I haven't touched it at all. I cast on for this because I wanted to attach this big dream catcher to the wreath frame so that attach it to the wreath frame. Oops. And do it that way.
I think that'll be really cute.
I just haven't, I'm not exactly happy with, because it took me a minute to figure out how to get it right. And of course, I got it right over here, but I didn't get it right over here. So it may all just
Oh,
get
you don't
cut
like
off.
the gap?
Yeah, and I actually bent the wreath frame. You can see how it's crooked. So I got to and then I started this one because I was going to try to actually sew this once it's fastened on. Once this part is fastened on,
Oh, like weave it in?
I was going to weave it in. Yes.
Oh, cool.
So we'll see what I come up with. That's my next thing. But I've loved making these feathers. And while making the feathers, the dogs have just really been, oh, and then I've got these also. I bought them pre-made, but I did
cool.
I'll show you what I bought the other day. I went into the grocery store.
Oh, cool.
So then and they've got little.
Oh, they already got the sticky on them for you.
Yeah, and there's all different sizes. Yep, I bought those. But then in the grocery store yesterday,
were they pretty economical?
I got this pack of paper.
Ooh, metallics.
It's all metallics. And so I can throw that on it's 4 sheets of each one of those. So then I can cut out any color feather to go with the dream catchers. So yeah, that's my next thing. And then, like I said, I've got these are an antler that's been sliced, and I want to put that on. And then that's an elk ivory.
Those still creep me out, voices.
And those are the bone that causes hearing inside of a fish, like a paddlefish, like a sturgeon.
So weird. It's neat, but it's so weird.
That's kind of weird things that you put on a dream catcher and shit. That's neat.
Well, especially when you're making it out of an antler, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. So that's what I got. That's it. That's all I got.
She makes like some of the most amazing paper crafts, Burden.
I can show you a couple of them.
I think I've seen a few on Queens, and they look like really real. And I'm like, that's out of paper. Wowee, it's nice, really, really good.
Oh, cool. Pray for Rock and Roll says her dream catcher is made of turtle shell. That's cool.
Oh wow.
So those are the dogs, and they're 3D photos. Don't mind the dogs.
My God.
That's cool.
You see that? They're 3D.
Yeah, that's really cool. Aw.
I did those of these dogs. I do those. I
haven't seen those yet.
Yeah, I haven't shown those. But I do these for all different. I do a 3D photo, like you can really see Gus there. He's popped right out.
Neat.
Birdie's all popped out.
And you use your Cricut on those?
Oh no, I cut these by hand, but I can do them out of the Cricut too. I can use the Cricut. For the most part, it's my printer, and I cut them by hand.
Those turned out super neat.
You take the same photo and cut it. You take the same photo and print it 5 times, and then you cut it apart, and then you just layer it right up. But
let me see if I got
did those for him for his 1-year anniversary here.
Nah.
And then let's see, I've done. I think he put Gus and Birdie on he put them on the fridge. I'll show you. I made him a paper Gus and Birdie.
Aw, I have a cat named Gus.
That's
There's
so cute.
Birdie and Gus. Isn't that cute? And then, here's a truck. He gets one for every season.
That's so
I
cute.
make him and send him out and leave him out here for him. And of course, he's always like, "What are you doing?"
Just brightening it up a little bit.
Well, I mean, God, it's really masculine out here.
Yeah.
That's
Just
quite
a
the buck
little.
right there.
Isn't that? Oh, have you not seen the elk?
Oh, well done.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, Jesus, it's
Uh,
wearing a hat.
Oh, well, yeah, they're all wearing hats. Yeah. And then we've
That
got,
made me laugh. I didn't realize it was wearing a hat when I saw it earlier. Holy shit.
yeah, that's what we hang the hats on. I moved them off the one side over there, but yeah. Yep. And then, like I said, there's grouse and pheasants and
Yeah,
whatever else
pheasant.
you want to
Yep.
look at.
My dad would enjoy looking around in there.
Is your dad a hunter?
Oh yeah, he is.
You
Yeah.
like the turkey?
Pheasant, turkey, duck, buck. Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Oh my God, it's like a full-on turkey.
Yeah.
And you like that? It's two
Oh my
full-on turkeys.
God, that's a trip.
It's two full-on fucking turkeys, dude.
That's crazy. Oh my God.
And then look at his arrowhead collection. Because wherever he's out, those are all arrowheads.
That's
Nice.
cool.
But yeah, like, welcome to Wyoming. This is the kind of shit that we have. You're not a real Wyoming house if you don't. But
Voices,
anyway.
do you ever do the diamond paintings?
You know what? I have a diamond painting kit. I opened it up. I looked at it, and you know me and my hyperhidrosis. I mean, like my sweaty ass, soggy fucking hands,
Aw.
and those diamonds. It's gonna take. I'm gonna have to order the Carpe. I've got Carpe lotion in my cart. I just need to pull the trigger and make my order. I was waiting till.
What's that?
It's an anti-hyperhidrosis lotion that you can order. You can either get it at Walgreens or maybe at CVS. It's at one or the other. I think it's CVS because we have a Walgreens in Cody and they don't carry Carpe. But it's a hyperhidrosis. They have it for your pits, your feet, and your hands, and you put it on, and it helps to cut the sweat down. So long story short, after dumping 2/3 of the diamonds, because the thing stuck to my hand, and I went to go shake my hand, and I fucking knocked diamonds. I slung diamonds and held breakfast. Yeah, I'm ready to start trying again. I found a couple. I found a little tray thing and a little applicator thing at the Red Apple Market here in town. So yeah, I'm ready to start trying diamond painting again. Because now I know what to expect and not have a whole entire,
Oh
like,
man, I'm so sorry that happened that way.
dude, that's
Okay.
like when you were talking about you were painting and then all of a sudden your camera ended up in the water. I was like, oh, I know exactly what she's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Okay,
like
man,
for
I'm going.
go ahead.
That's okay. I was just reading what Pray for Rock and Roll. The colors I had is the Creek, Indian Creek, red and gold. That's cool.
Oh, pretty.
Wing is starting to brush. I'm about to turn my camera back on and start to cut again. Honey brought me a snack, so I was eating it real quick. My blood sugar was getting kind of low. What were you gonna say, Bird?
For the diamonds, art, I know that Locomai does like a coaster and then she said that she's able to put the diamonds on it that way. And I like the idea of something that's useful, like some type of object other than something that would be put on my wall or frame.
I
Yes.
agree.
So that's what I'm interested in finding. Something that's useful that I can put diamonds on.
You might like those, like that dotting thing that you have, because you could do those dots I mean, that's essentially like diamond painting, but you're doing dots. She might like that dot thing you do, that girl.
Oh, you know what? Let me grab one of those real quick. Hang on. I can't take my camera with me though. Give me just a second.
She has to go run and grab the stuff. Man, look at all that yarn. Look at all that macrame cord. Look at all those colors.
That's
So
not
much.
all that I have.
Oh, okay. Well, here we go. That's it. I'm gonna go rob that girl for her arts and crafts supplies.
I have more than that, you guys. You can't even see them all. Because I've got several of the mid-size rolls too. I
Oh,
can't help it.
jeez.
I can't help it. I've got about 6 of those. Okay, so I'm doing these little bitty canvas magnets. And this is one that I did with the dot tools.
Those are the tools that I'm just talking about because you could do them on anything, Burden.
Okay, are they like it's like a pen type
I'll
thing?
show
One
you. I'll
size
show
is
you.
bigger. Okay.
I'm about to show you. I'll show you all of them. I have my younger daughter. She's 21 and she likes to doodle. So I had her doodle me some magnets and now I'm painting them in because I thought that would be fun to have just to
Oh, you
keep.
can see the iridescent in that today.
Yeah, you can see it now, can't you? In his little
Yes, you can see
hat.
it. Yeah.
It's in the hat and in the dragonfly that kind of looks like a carrot. And
Yeah, you can see a little bit of iridescent. Last night it wouldn't pick up real good, but you can see it today
yeah,
good.
I think it's because the ring light. Yeah, isn't that fun? Bye, Phoenix. Have a good day. And then my little dotting kit came with like a little tray for your paints. And then it's got all these ones that have the different small dots.
Those.
All those. I've got 2 sets of those actually because I'd already bought some for my acrylic paints. And then it's got all these little ones in it that do. I've got a real bad glare, sorry guys, but it's got all these, and they've got like the flat tips
Okay.
to do dots. And then it also came with, and this was on sale for like $19, maybe less, maybe 15. I don't remember. And it comes like this little stupid pouch. And then it came with all these as well.
Oh wow.
All those.
All of that in one set.
And it came with the stencil. Yeah. And I think it was
Oh,
on
wow.
sale for like, it was either on sale for 15 or $20, but it was on sale.
So I have the first thing that you showed, the package with the spirally thing. I have those for
like nails and
nail
stuff,
art.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. So I
Same
have
thing.
that. So I guess I could do a start of something with
They're
those.
identical. And if you don't want to spend any money until you're sure, things that you can use that will achieve the same desired effect is the butt end of a colored pencil. Because it's round and flat and it has never been sharpened and it doesn't have the octagon shape or whatever that your your number 2 lead pencils would have. You can also use Q-tips. Gosh, I've just seen people use so many different things. If you've got regular paint brushes, you can use the butt end of those to get different size dots until you're sure that you would want to pay for more.
Right.
There's a lot of things around the house you can use to make dots with, man. Just a ton.
Okay, and now I have another one to add.
What?
So this camera is a quarter of the price of a GoPro. It's a 4K. Camera's roughly $50 on Amazon. Waterproof, external mic, time lapse, will work the whole 9 yards. So there's another alternative. If you're looking to start making craft videos, there is another alternative for a 4K camera. That's not $3,000 or $4,000.
Oh, mine was free. My brother gave it to me.
No, I was meaning like Dolly and Betty.
No, I know. I'm just saying mine was free.
Right. This has a external, what do we got? 4K ultra high D, 40 meter waterproof, time lapse recording with an external microphone.
Hell yeah.
$50.
Hell yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah, you just really can't beat that. So I think I'm going to do this one in gray. And I may do a gray mix. So I'm going to have several that I put together for this project, you guys. And like I said, once I, start removing it from my little holders here and adding it to my, to my branch and stuff, I'll be sure I do a little video to show you guys how that's done. and that way y'all will be able to have, a good idea of how to transfer them over if you like the idea of freely working on feathers rather than having them attached to something the entire time. And you can always tack them down like Voices does if you do more of like a loop at the beginning instead of the using your main string for your hanger like I do. It's just, there's no right or wrong way to do it. Voices, are you still going to make more feathers or are you done, babe?
Oh no, I'm just sitting here getting ready to cut more. I have to get myself moved back around now so that I can
get it all readjusted.
Yep, because I move stuff. Actually, I think I'm probably gonna work on this dream catcher while I'm sitting here with this stuff.
There's nothing wrong with that either.
I think that's gonna be easy.
All right, if you don't have anything out, then I'm going to go ahead and still just show the hands.
Yep.
Poofed DV probably wouldn't be able to work that one either.
So there is a case I forgot that, because I'm actually was going to record it separate from like updates, but and maybe you've heard about it, maybe not. He's a man, a 26-year-old man in Las Vegas that has bipolar and autism, and he is missing, missing for 2 weeks now.
Oh no.
But
No, I haven't heard about that.
After his mother reported him missing, she is his guardian because he cannot care for himself, and he is in a manic state. He is without his medicine.
Oh
and
no.
Yeah, she said that he would be unable to basically respond. He wouldn't be able to give his name. He's not going to be able to feed himself or get drinks or do really anything. That he may take his clothing off.
Oh my God, and he's been missing for 2 weeks?
Yeah. Well,
Oh.
a few days after he went missing, the police encountered him. Even though the mother contacted the police and a report got put into the system, warning, like, if this guy comes in, contact the guardian. Well, he got arrested, and it was for disorderly conduct because he wouldn't give his name. And they took him in and held him. He went in at, I think, 8 something at night, and they released him at 1 something in the morning and never contacted his mother at all.
Are you kidding me? No. And this is like a person who is not verbally responsive with them. Why the hell would they just put them out on the street like that?
Right. Awful. What a they dropped the ball so bad.
Oh my God. She has to be beside herself, his mother.
Yeah. And then there's been no sighting. Yeah, there's been no sighting of him since. And anytime people think they've seen him, it ends up being some other, somebody with a disability, and it's not him. And you could see in his picture when they arrested him, his eyes were big, bulging, out compared to his normal calm state, and you could tell it wasn't drugs, but that he was not all right. And but no sight of him. And then, what was it, yesterday or the day before, they released photos of him, of a sighting, and they will not say when. Like, they put the pictures out to kind of give the illusion that he has been seen since then, but when it's being questioned by both the news that they released it to and the mother, when were these photos taken, the police are not giving an answer.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Ninth Oven in chat says there's a recording from a surveillance camera. Wasn't that him?
Yes, the surveillance. I don't know about a recording. I know the 2 pictures of the surveillance video. And yes, those are him wearing red. If that's what the one that he's talking about.
And I'm sorry, how old did you say he is?
He's 26 years old.
Aww.
And he's been missing since January 28th.
Has he always been nonverbal, or is it just because of the manic state?
The manic state, yeah. Like, he could talk to his mom and whatnot, but she said that when he goes into this with the manic, right, and being scared, being lost, and strangers approaching, and somebody asked, like, would he if approached, would he be dangerous? How would he? And they said it all depends on how he's approached, right? If it's gentle, he will accept a drink or food from a person if approached calmly.
Yeah.
And so they've actually typed up like a whole email to send out, asking the police and asking ultimately what's being done, why, what's going on, what you're mishandling this entire investigation, this entire search for this
Yeah.
missing person. What are
Oh
you
my
doing to
goodness.
correct it? And so they're trying to put pressure on them right now.
I just couldn't even imagine. My God. That is, that's really scary. I hope that they find him and he's okay and he's all good. And I don't.
It's so
Trying to
sad.
decide.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna add gray. 'Cause I have to do earth tones. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do a gray one. I just don't know. I don't like these colors really. They're not my jam. So it's harder for me to like artistically envision what I want to do because it's not necessarily the colors that I enjoy. So it does make it harder. It's perfectly said you would think Ellie would be more on the hunt for him, being that if anything happens to him, the family can blame Ellie for not doing better.
Yeah. Right? You would
Think. I mean, with him being nonverbal, though, my God, I just that
Why
doesn't.
isn't there the at-risk person alert for this?
exactly.
I mean, if he's nonverbal, if he needs medication, if he's in a manic state, why are they not doing more?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Right.
screaming. Like, what the world, dude?
Yep.
I don't.
Poor mother. It's
I cannot.
like,
Yeah, that's what I'm
couldn't
thinking. His
tell.
poor mother, like his. I can't even imagine. Keeping up with him for 26 years and then boom.
Right. And then
Yeah.
all because he has a manic state, you lose him because he becomes difficult to manage, and you lose him temporarily, and this is what results.
Yep.
Even law enforcement doesn't help you. Ugh.
Yeah. They
I
said that
just.
even in the system it should have been a red bar should have went across the system when they brought his name up when he was arrested and they got to the jail. There should have been a red thing across it that said to contact the guardian, and nothing. No one, nothing. They just released him and put him out. And she only found that out by going in there and re-talking to them about looking for her son. And then they ended
Oh
up
my
finding out that
God.
he had been arrested, he had been there, and then had been released back out on the streets in the middle of the night at that. Like, come on. Unbelievable. Awful, awful, awful. And yeah, it's so sad. Like, they talked about like the different tattoos that he would have on his body, and like the scars, like he has scars cutting on his arms, and he has a tattoo on his one wrist, but with scarring around it because at one point he did try to cut his tattoos off of himself.
Oh
And
Christ. Oh,
yeah,
sweet
like this,
Jesus.
like
Oh,
he needs help. He
he needs
needs to be found.
supervision. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my
Like
So
this
it
is
wasn't a
so
case
urgent.
of that he wasn't just, I mean, yeah, that makes it even worse that law enforcement. Oh man. Ugh.
How scary.
Yep.
Well, and
When he
that should
walked,
make everybody worry that has a loved one that's at risk for something like that. That should cause everyone a little bit of alarm or standoffishness, in case something like that happens. This is what you might be looking at.
Yeah, I can't even with that.
so it says that his mother has legal custody, oversees his medication, hygiene, and meals. After a few hours, Colin, his name is Colin Best, can forget his name and address. She said, all of the cameras we have in the city, and you're telling me that my son has literally just vanished. There has to be some sort of trace of him. When he walked off on January 26th, his mother said that she was not immediately worried as he always calls her for a ride. He called at 3 a.m. the 27th. Yeah, but he was gone when she arrived. Once she got there, he was gone. She reported him missing at 5 a.m. on the 28th, and the police department arrested him at 7:30 down on Flamingo and South Las Vegas Boulevard.
Oh,
Damn,
wow.
that's right in the heart of the city.
Wow.
Court records showed that he was booked into the detention center on charges of resisting a public officer and disorderly conduct. Prosecutors declined to press charges, and he was released January 29th.
Could they not tell that he was
Oh.
impaired? Like, what the hell?
I forgot, get this. On top of it, they then
Uh-oh.
canceled the missing person report. I forgot that part.
Oh
After
my
they released him,
God.
yes,
Are you
when she,
really, you're telling
Yeah.
me law enforcement canceled it after they had their interaction with him?
yes,
And they turned him loose and they canceled it?
yes.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they better pray that family or law enforcement better pray that family either finds him or never finds him because, oh yeah,
Wow.
there
I
is
hope that
grounds
he's
for a
left dead
lawsuit
somewhere. Oh my God, that poor family.
member.
Perfectly, truly, the 1 a.m. release isn't that fishy, especially for Vegas. I know somebody that was in their jail not that long ago, and that's about what time they got out. It literally was the middle of the damn night. It just depends on how busy
Well, yeah,
they
because you got to
are.
remember their days start at 100 hours.
Our
So
shift change starts around here. Our shift changes are like 7 a.m., 7 p.m., and then there's some that go in between.
right, but their jail day goes from. So that would be why you would get out right around 1 a.m. because it's an hour into the new day.
Oh, they'll let you out at any time here. But it depends on how busy they were. If they got real busy that night, like a weekend night, and they had to arrest a ton of people, you're going to be sitting there for a while because they'll process everybody else in before they process you out.
Shit. Around here, if you get locked up on a Friday, you ain't seeing the judge till Tuesday morning.
I did take him before we started, but he probably needs to go again.
Yeah, she said they're supposed to be looking out for him, and they have not found him on any camera in the city. They haven't provided any proof that he was even released from the detention center.
That was
And it's-
going to be my next
That
thing.
was going to be my question too. Do we even know for sure that he was there and got released like they're saying?
Nope. And then it said that Metro said that they had partnered with other organizations to find Colin, and we're in contact with the mother, but the investigation remained active, and Metro's missing person flyer indicated he was last seen at the jail at 1:40 a.m. January 29th.
Wow. What a nightmare for his mother. I mean, that is just a flipping nightmare. I couldn't even imagine, the stress of raising a special needs child and all how dangerous this world is these days and how dangerous the cops can be for special needs people. She's just, got to be beside herself. That's so weird. He's not been seen on any camera or anything.
Right.
That is so
How does that make
weird.
any sense?
There's
In
cameras
Vegas?
everywhere there.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Well, they should have been able to follow him.
Yes,
Leaving
from
law
leaving.
enforcement, for God's
Yep.
sakes.
Yes. Yes. Exactly.
All right.
Are you crafting again? Can I exit my solo here?
All right.
Oh, there we go. Now y'all got a couple of things to look at. I pray he's okay. That has to be so scary. So he's special needs in a manic state in one of the most overstimulating cities on the face of the damn planet.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. That's what I was thinking too.
No medication.
That was one of the things I was worried about going to Vegas for myself. And y'all know I can compose myself really well. But I was even worried about being down on the strip at all. Like I didn't even want to go because I just, with all the lights and the sounds and I was afraid I'd get a migraine. Like it just doesn't.
Right.
And I don't even have mania or anything. So that's so sad. God.
Yeah.
Certain ones are just kind of a punch in the gut, and that's a punch in the gut for sure. Like,
well, shame on law enforcement in Vegas especially with it being
It reminds me of that Lindsay Clancy. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, our mental health care services suck. We
Yep.
do
Yes,
not.
ma'am.
I mean, how can he go into the jail, have all that happen, be the way he is, and just be kicked out on the street at 1 a.m. just because he's 26 years old? It's okay. No, it's
Shit, it
not.
makes me wonder if he didn't come out of the jail and he's still not in there and somebody else came out in his place. You know what I mean? Because
Oh,
if you
gee.
can't find him on camera, I mean, that seems really sus to me. They should be able to follow him wherever he went outside of that jail.
Oh, wait, am I confused? I thought he was in Vegas jail. Is he in LA?
That's what I'm
No.
saying. No, he was Las Vegas.
Okay, no, it's okay. She said especially in LA, so I was curious.
Oh, maybe she hit it hit enter before she got
Oh, yeah, that's true. The rest of it out. Yeah, I was like,
Wow.
wait, damn it.
LA.
So, damn it, am I
Las-
confused again? Wouldn't be the first or the last. I'll tell you that. Like, dang it, I'm always confused about something. Gosh, all I can think is how sad. Like, oh,
Yeah.
I just heard his poor mother. How can you even sleep at night? So 2 weeks since he was released from the jail, or 2 weeks since he went missing, period?
We're getting at 2 weeks since he's released now.
Wow.
So then almost 3 weeks since he went missing.
Wow.
Because he
She
was
said
missing how many days before he ended up in law enforcement's custody?
just a couple days.
What
Okay.
a nightmare.
Um,
What a nightmare.
So he
Mm.
called on the 3 a.m. on the 27th, and then she reported him missing on the 28th. Well, he walked off. Okay, so he walked off on the 26th, and then she wasn't originally worried. And then he called at 3 a.m. the 27th for a ride, and she went there and he wasn't there. And so at 5 a.m. the 28th, she called the Metropolitan Police Department.
Yeah.
And then he got arrested and was released on January 29th.
Wow.
So yeah, like 2.5 weeks.
I'm curious, Burden, where do you stand on the Clancy case? Do you think postpartum psychosis, or do you think she planned it?
Or do you want to abstain from giving judgment, because that's also an option.
Well, of course it is.
I originally was open to the psychosis, but the more that I learn, I start to drift away from that now, because
Okay.
psychosis itself would be closer to the birth. If she had been in psychosis the entire time, I would still say, okay, yeah, psychosis. But to not have been in the psychosis and then all of a sudden have a moment of it seems a little bit suspicious.
Even with the new meds?
That does play a role. That does play a role, because meds can take a person from a little, minor depression to ending their life very quickly, right? So, yeah, that does play a factor. It sure does.
I want more information for sure. It's I just know it's really polarizing, and you tend to, you follow a lot of cases, so you have a good idea of what you think usually. So I was just curious what you had thought. It's
I do
sad
think there's a lot that
situation.
goes into it, and medication itself does play a huge role. People don't quite get, like, oh man. I mean, I take medication for mental health, and I felt like I was getting numb. Like it was working too good, to the point that it's what I cover missing and true crime, and I was feeling numb. So I stopped taking medication, and now I'm, was having issues and needed to take my medicine again. And let me tell
Yeah.
you, medicine is strong. It is so strong that people don't realize, like, if it's not the right one for you, it absolutely could affect you in a very negative way and cause you to do something that you likely
Would
wouldn't,
normally
because
never do. Yeah.
right.
If it weren't for all the medication and the changes and everything, I would be right on target with you for the other. But with the medications and how many, just the sheer number, how much they mess with her brain chemistry, I
Yeah.
just can't be sure. You
Right.
know, I can't be sure. I'm glad I don't live there and won't end up on that jury. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that I really feel that the psychosis comes into play. And I feel that she probably went into psychosis given the recent med change. And I really think that psychosis comes into play on this one.
It feels like it. You're so welcome, Shelly. Thanks for joining us. Again, I'll finish this project and I'll make sure I tape enough of it. Listen to my old ass, I said tape, that I tape enough of it that you guys will know how I transferred everything over and fixed it up. It's really just like, it's nice to hang out for a change. And, you know, I still like talking about the true crimes, you know, but sometimes it's nice to be able to do it like this while I do a Zen project and the beautiful burden of proof comes and spouts the bad news. It's hard. Do you ever get burnt out on like research and stuff, Burden? I do. Like I get my soul feels heavy after so much of it.
Yeah, sometimes I get heavy, and it's normally the children cases really will
Oh
do
god.
a number on me, like really bad. Actually, I think you were there on the Athena's
Yes,
I
we
think
watched her memorial together. I was crying. We were
yeah,
both
Oh,
in
yeah.
tears,
I
weren't we?
was sobbing. I was
Yeah.
sobbing.
We were
I
both
had to
in tears.
yeah. I had to come back on stream, and I just could not like
Welcome back, honey.
compose myself. I was like, oh my gosh,
I
yeah.
think I
So
remember, didn't you go ahead and end it? I feel like we did it after so long.
after I showed the whole thing, and then when I came back, I probably tried to talk to you guys for a little bit and
Yeah.
realized like I just was not able to compose enough, and so I said, okay, well, I'll just I'm gonna get going. But yeah, probably. Yeah, that was hard. That was really hard.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was a
So
hard case though. I think that really for me, and not just because it was local, but like it just was just so horrific. You know, it just
Well,
and
because it was so unnecessary. If it was really about backing over a little kid in the driveway, had
yes.
he just told the truth, you can still be a piece of shit person and tell the truth. But I don't believe it was about backing over a little kid in the driveway.
Oh God, no. No, I don't believe that for 5
I
seconds.
believe that he is a predator, and
I
he
agree.
had predatory behaviors that were exhibited that people didn't take seriously, didn't watch close enough, etc., what have you.
I don't think that the behaviors really reach the eyes of enough adults. What's up, Nikki?
I agree. Hey, Nick.
Because it seemed like the younger group or whatever you want to call them out there that
Yeah.
they knew, you know what I'm saying? Like they knew. And people like almost even covered up for them. I need like 5 more strings. I hate when I do this.
Okay, let's see. I got to pull this up a little bit. Here you go.
Nick,
So
you can feel free to jump up and BS with us if you want to. We're just BSing and Macramé at this point.
I was going to pop this up and give it a little more depth and dimension, but I don't know. I might just leave it down.
yeah, I got a case that because it's mainly the kids' cases that will hit real hard, and then I have one where she was riding in a tractor trailer, getting a ride with a friend, and he's a tractor trailer driver. And anyway, he ended up crashing his truck, and when police and fire got there, they put out the fire and they found one body and one dog, and that's it.
Oh man.
And so where is she? Her phone pinged along the exact same path as his. At the same time his was pinging, hers was pinging right along with him, all the way up, and then the wreck happened. And
you know what? I've read some of this. I know what you're talking about.
yeah, and so it's like,
yes, it's freaky.
It drives me crazy because the family is pretty sure she was in the truck and that they scooped up all everything. Hey, Steffi.
Oh my goodness.
And that she's probably in a landfill now. But I am concerned she might have been because he stopped and he got alcohol. And I'm wondering, is it by chance that she wanted to get out of the truck because he was drinking and driving and got out at the city before, and that's
Yeah.
why her cell phone still pinged at the same place his pinged? And is it possible that back then, if they had gone with a flyer in her picture and showed it around, someone may have said, "Oh yeah, we saw her here," and could have shown surveillance footage of her to see, did she get into another tractor trailer, get a pickup by a car, get a license plate?
Wow.
And I'm concerned now that surveillance is covered up, recorded over. And so that's my concern. And then either way, it drives my mind wild, like trying to understand where she is.
Yeah.
She's got little boys, children at home that don't have their mom, her mother, and aunts. Like, they destroy my heart. Like, hearing them cry, it's awful.
The link is pinned, Nick. Keep talking, Bird.
Yeah, and then, well, the flip side of it, the man that was driving was way over. He was 4 times over the legal limit.
Oh my
And
God.
yeah,
Are him and the dog the only ones that are believed to have been dead in the wreck?
that's it. Yep.
Gosh.
Even though the family has gone and found her blanket burned up in the vehicle, have found her flip flop, have found her earring over in a drainage right next to the wreck area. They looked down
Yes,
inside
that
there.
round earring. Yes, I know
Yeah.
exactly what you're talking about. Yes,
Yep.
I was listening. I know where I heard about this. I was listening to you because you showed.
To me. Yeah, Locomai covered it too, as well. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, because I remember you were like, she had planned her live out of nowhere without y'all even talking about it. I remember.
Yeah.
Have you
Yep.
guys been watching that Never Seen Again on Paramount? I have been.
Yes.
It covers that. It's got one of the cases that I've helped out on, Ashley Loring, Heavy Runner.
Oh, I think I've touched on her before too. Yeah, she
She's
sounds
native.
familiar.
Out
Yes.
of the Blackfoot Indian Reservation.
I bet
Yep.
you have. You covered
Her
him
sister,
out there.
her sister Kimberly and her mom Loxie went to Congress and testified in front of Congress to get some of the MMIW stuff. Their work was able to, between that and Selena Not Afraid's family, they were able to get more funding. And there's a new project that's putting billboards all over Montana with the MMIW with the red handprint.
Yeah,
over the
I've
mouth.
seen that. Yeah.
And it's you can actually see the billboards in the Never Seen Again. But Ashley was.
You talked about that in Queens one time. I remember.
Yeah,
What's
I
that?
remember you.
Hey, Nick.
I remember. Hey, Burden, everybody. I remember you said I talked about that on Queens one time. I remember.
What up,
Yeah,
brother? How you doing today?
I was watching some football. I woke up at 4:00 today. And yeah, I've been trying to get a haircut yesterday and today. I have to go in the office tomorrow, and I'm not going in the office with this big old rafty beard, so I'll argue with my friends and employers.
Oh man.
Mm-hmm.
So where are we at in the game? Are we halftime? Where are we
7-7
at?
first quarter, and they
first
Chiefs,
quarter.
Yep,
Okay.
Chiefs just missed a field goal, so it would have been 10-7. But more importantly, have you guys seen that new Patty Lynn video?
No.
It is.
Wait a minute.
To get real. Like I'm not joking.
Okay.
Hold on, Nick.
We keep the drama around here to a really, really, really low thing. But that doesn't, just so you know, but that technically is more of like a pop culture thing. So it's okay. But the other dramas, we don't talk about over here.
Roger that, Ghost Rider.
Is it still, the last thing I saw was Ryan in a truck with a girl or something like that, who's supposed to be on his side. I didn't even finish the dang thing.
Oh, that's Patty Lynn just came out and actually spoke everything.
Oh,
and
Lord.
It's about to get. That's all I gotta say is I sent it to you on Discord as well.
Okay, I'll have to check it out. Yeah, I don't mind the pop culture drama so much because that's like, Selena Gomez and Haley are going at it or something.
Yeah.
Since he's a singer or whatever. It's just the rest of them fools I don't talk about over here.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So here I got another one put together. I'm gonna lift up my marker. I am keeping these taped to my markers and different things that I'm putting them on right now. So far since we've been live, and that is with breaks, I have the bones built for 3 different feathers.
I
Alrighty.
completed 3 feathers, and I have now completed
That's cool.
my dream catcher. So now it'll be time to bling it up.
Bling bling.
Yeah, but you didn't start all those feathers. Did you already cut one of the ones that you had ready to where they could see real easy? I don't remember. Did you?
I did. Here, I'll show you the
Okay,
purple one that I cut.
Okay, cool. She's been a feather making fool, Nick.
Ooh.
Feather
It
making.
was cool what I just saw.
Yeah, isn't that neat? They're pretty. They're really pretty. What are you stop talking about it? So she needed to make another video.
Need the deets, she says.
She says I need the deets. We can play it for all I care. I don't really care. But how long is it? Like, is she going
It's
off?
short. It's like it's 4 hours and 4 minutes and 29
Okay,
seconds.
4 hours. That's not
I know.
short forever.
4 minutes and 29 seconds. It's
Damn,
worth a
who's
play.
that?
I promise you, it's you guys are gonna be like,
So, what other deets do you have for Perfectly? She wants more deets, yo.
she sheds light on exactly who she is in the company, what's going on.
Why don't you just tell us? What did she say?
Yeah, tell
Her
us.
brothers, his brother has written songs, and he's trying. It's for him. It's. She's like the title of the video is Gloves Off. That's it. Let's put it that way.
So, wait, are you saying that her brother wrote some of Ryan's songs?
His brother, one of his brothers.
Brother.
Yep.
Okay, her other son. Okay.
Yep. One of exactly. Yep.
Oh, really?
And,
Well, it wouldn't be shocking to have more than one person in the family that is musically talented.
Yep. So
However,
he's trying to take all of his stuff away from them.
Oh, I see the issue, honey. I'm just saying it wouldn't.
Oh, I agree.
I definitely see the issue.
Yeah.
Dang.
Go ahead. I'm
man.
sorry, voices.
No. I'm digging for.
She's looking for more craft stuff. Go ahead, Nick. So what else?
You want me to put it in the back for you real quick?
Yeah, you can. I don't care. People have been watching me do these same steps for wow. We've been live 2 hours, 20 minutes. Yeah, we're good. You can throw up something else.
No.
Sometimes, you guys, if you've got a bunch of yuckies inside your wood beads, you can just stick your little feather to your feather. I got feathers on the brain. Your scissor tip in there and just kind of rotate it a little bit, and it'll hollow out some of that BS that's keeping your string from going through good. That's your whole
Such beautiful hands.
Well, thank you.
What is it? A table?
My thumbnails are all jacked up. I got to grow them back out. I burnt the crap out of my thumb. I've been beating up my thumbs lately, man.
If I showed you my hands, you'd be like, "Oh, those are definitely fighter's hands." I have no knuckles anymore.
Well, you're a man, so what does this
Yeah.
say? This was good. I think I missed something. I never listened to him before. No, I couldn't listen to her or him for 4 hours.
Right.
That
What up, Zero?
Beans panel, I almost died. Hey, do not be rude. This was things
I
are
sent
happening.
Queen too.
However, keep in mind that my feathers may not look like your face red heart shape. No, man, they can be any shape. Mine tend to be different shapes and voices, and you can have.
Oh yeah, I can't make
all
feathers.
on one.
Everybody's feather is going to be as individual as the person is. I forgot all my bobble stuff. I can't believe I did that.
Oh, like your little
My bling, all my
doodads
bling.
you add. Nikki, I don't have anything backstage. Hey,
What?
CM, what's up? Hey, Denise, how you
Okay.
doing?
I did it
I have a
again.
bunch of embroidery thread, all different colors. I wonder if I could make good feathers. I have wood beads.
There's
You
comments
know-
in the back.
Maybe if you were doing real little ones, okay, I'll look. Maybe if you were doing super little ones, it could. But I know that embroidery thread could come in handy on my next project. We're going to do some dream catchers. Oh, I thought you meant like share it on yours.
Oh, I can do that. I can do that as well.
If
Hold
you
on.
would please, my hands are kind of busy right now, as you can see.
Yeah, I can see.
So guys, I'm just going to tie off to yet another marker. I'm going to make my loop, pull it through. I've got my tails super long so that I have not only enough for, you know, my threads, but to hang them at different lengths and to wrap my wood piece that I'll be using soon.
Second.
That is my test one, so it's going to my mom. So if it's bad, it's okay. Oh, let me see. I don't think I've gotten any pictures yet, you guys, but I'll go look.
It's ready when you.
Ah, perfect. Okay. Let me. Oh, look at that. Your snow's slowly starting to melt away, girl. Slowly but surely.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, we'll get snow. We can have snow till April.
That's insane to me. Screw that.
I was
Screw-
more trying to show you the mountains, but
Yeah,
you
it's
can't zoom
pretty.
in real well.
I can see them way back there, but no, it's not real clear.
They're getting ready to start to. It's
Touchdown, Eagles!
starting to turn pink. They're starting to turn pink, and then pretty soon that whole range will just glow
Shauna.
pink.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to pop that video up and we can watch that. And I'm going to stand up out of this chair for a minute. My duff's starting to hurt. I do too, Shauna. Welcome to the graveyard, honey. All right, I got my next one going, guys. Whoop, whoop. Getting it going. I may use 3 colors on this one. I may do gray, khaki, and black. We'll see. All right, let me pop this up. I'm going to turn off my camera for just 1 second. All right.
You ready? Let me know if I need it
Yes,
louder
sir.
or anything like that. Okay.
Okay, I'm sure it'll be fine. Go for it.
Okay, I'm ready to speak about it. Everybody's been wondering what's been going on. My gloves are off now. And this, I don't care. If I have to drag it out for the next 5 years in court, I will, to
Oh,
prove
Lord.
that all the slanderous things my son has been saying about me are exactly that. It's effing slander. Now I am standing up for my other 3 sons who have
Okay,
written
pause
music
it,
for
pause it,
him,
pause it, pause
who
it. Not just for commentary, but you know what's really weird to me? You're a distressed mother who's fighting with your most beloved prize, you know, piggy bank son, but you have time for all these jump cuts and shit in your videos.
What's
If
a
I
jump
was
cut?
a jump cuts, like whenever, have you ever noticed they're editing how they'll zoom it in on their face or they'll go from one quick
Yeah.
point
Okay.
to the next? That's a
Yep.
jump cut. You know,
Okay.
it just amazes me that with all this going on and all the distress of the slander, you can have time to edit your videos. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Do I? Let me know if I have to mute it. I don't know if it. Ready? Hold on. If I have to mute me. Let me
No,
know
it
if
sounds good to me, dude. Keep going. I didn't
I
have
muted it
anything.
before, so I don't know. Ready? Hold on.
He has gifted things and he's trying to take them back because that's what he does. That's what he does. He gives you something as soon as you
It's not echoing, right?
Right. You're good.
don't do something he
You're good.
likes or you don't go along with him, he takes everything back, or at least he tries to. I am the 100% owner of Blue Moon Entertainment. I have proof of it. I have got an attorney. He lies. He stands in front of houses that we don't know who the hell they belong to. The police gets called and he swears he owns the house, that I bought the house.
Okay,
and gifted
okay,
it to
okay,
somebody.
okay,
It
okay.
was
Pause.
Yep.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
If this is truly what's happening, and he's truly standing out in front of houses that he does not own, no claim to, no nothing, why aren't we seeing
Oh, there was a video.
country rap music star goes insane and is arrested for trespassing? Why aren't we seeing any like actual like little blurbs?
No, there's a couple
in
of videos of
music?
that. He didn't get arrested, but there's a couple of videos of him like being a weirdo in front of a house. That's
Like from a legit news source of any kind, or just these fools?
He did it
Just these
himself,
fools.
and Ryan did it himself too, and
Yeah,
then he found out
just these
after.
fools.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
CM, I agree with you. I also have to side eye any mom who can so easily talk crap about their child.
Can I say something?
Yes, please.
I mean, he did say, you're not my mom anymore. I don't care if I came out of you. Blah blah blah. I mean, he said some fucking horrible things.
Oh, I know. He said like basically said she was dead to him, right?
Oh, that's
Right.
the exact words. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those were his exact words. The other thing I'm curious about is if you're really going to take this into court, why are you out here running your mouth about it on the fucking internet?
I feel like part of that is because everything for them seems to be about show. Like,
Well, you're going to hear in a second. That's why. Watch.
Oh, okay. Hit play then. Let me shut up. Go ahead.
Oh, you're good.
It was all a lie. The police had to show up and tell him that he can't address it that way and that he can't come back. Me, Ryan, and Brandon were all business partners. But now they're mad at me and they're cutting me out and trying to say that everything that I've done is fraudulent. Blue Moon solely belongs to me. Brandon wrote checks out of it because I allowed him to be administrator on it, so they can't act like they didn't know it didn't exist. It was put in place to protect him from himself. And now I got to protect myself and my sons. This is to protect him.
I
so he can't
actually
stop
do
bullying people
believe
online.
that they have had to put things into the place to protect him from himself. With some of the behavior we saw during the Rodney shit,
Yep.
I feel like they probably do have to safeguard him against himself some.
Yep, and Gotcha Man puts a video
I
out just an hour
totally
ago
agree.
explaining that too, saying, I guess Ryan got a letter. That's why he's not allowed to talk. That's why you haven't heard him talking to Kylie Rodney anymore, because he got a letter.
No.
He does. He's in big trouble.
You
Yep.
know what? Thank baby Jesus. Go ahead. Go
Watch
ahead.
what she says about multiple. Watch. This is going to blow your mind.
All right, go for it. I'm listening.
Long enough to fucking have a clear thought. I can't go anywhere. I am done crying. Now I'm effing mad. I am very sorry for everybody who Ryan Upchurch has bullied online. I am so sorry, Katie, even though what you did was shady and not nice. You weren't there for the right reasons. But I still don't think you deserve to get what you got online and are still getting today. Nicole Arbor, I don't know what happened with you guys in the studio. He makes a lot of promises, but as soon as he's pissed, he takes those promises back. So I apologize for what my son has done to you. Zana May, I am sorry for
Oh,
what
but
he's done
before
to
it
you,
was
'cause
just
I know-
fine.
Oh, it's anime, huh?
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah, move it back a little bit. It goes further than that too. Hold on, let me go back a little bit. Yeah, I get what you're saying there. You know what I mean? I think the reason why she didn't say anything, even though she probably should have, is because of Ryan, how narcissistic he is, and she knew how he was going to react to it. You know what I mean? So it's she's
Yeah.
Well, is
protecting
burden of
the rock and the
proof
hard
going to get an
place.
apology in here too?
Seriously, what
I
the
mean,
heck?
somebody's one.
What happened?
Yeah, he definitely owes Bop an apology too. He came at Burden of
Yes,
Proof
he
too, Nick.
does.
Oh, that's right. What did he say about that you were anime, right?
Yeah.
No,
Oh
I'm
my
sup-
god, I remember
and that I'm-
that.
that she was a part of a P ring.
Yeah, and I'm part of a P ring, and
Oh my, I remember that now. Holy moly.
yeah,
Holy molies.
exactly.
Oh, I remember that goes yesterday. 'Cause I went back and watched the Queen and Upchurch video last week,
Yes.
like two times,
Yes.
two different times.
It
Because
was crazy.
I wanted somebody to clip it because there's like I think I counted 26 or 27 different moments where Ryan's mouth just was like, "What are you talking about? Prove it to me." And everybody's like, "No, you need to prove it to." You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
was just
Oh.
so
Or when all he could say was, "Well, sue me then. Then
Yep.
sue me." And it was like, right, that means that you're wrong. Just say. And I asked him that. I said, "Why can't you just admit that you're wrong?" And he
Exactly.
said, "Then sue me." I was like, "Okay, all right,
Yeah.
no, close enough."
I remember trying to mediate all that. That
I
real quick.
remember too. You are very sweet. You were very sweet.
Perfectly. He can't share that letter.
I tried to mediate, and we moved it along in the conversation a little bit.
Perfectly.
You're such a mess.
He can't share that letter because he's basically
that
gonna
would be breaking the thing.
Yes.
Just like a perfect example is whenever we were in the Long case, one of the creators got a cease and desist, and they were going to be in trouble if they didn't like make a statement and do all this, but they couldn't share that publicly. So you know,
and he wouldn't share it even if he could, because that would prove that would show people that he was in the wrong. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
but
but
he
he's an
can't share it.
idiot.
Yep. Here we
Oh,
go.
God. Yeah, go ahead.
What he's done to you, because I know what it's like to be bullied now. I can't even go to the grocery store. And Kylie Rodney's family, I am very sorry. I don't know what the hell is wrong with him. Also, sorry, Chase Matthews, because I'm in the same boat you are now. Everybody is harassing me out in public. I can't go anywhere, all because he's so mad that you made a decision that he didn't want you to make. And I said it to him, and I'll say it, and I said it to his guards, and I've said it to other people. If anything happens to me, it is either one of his followers behind it or one of his people that's closest to him. I'm sick of being bullied. I'm sick of people wiping their fucking feet on me when I've done nothing but try to protect him from himself. You can't help somebody with that thinks like that. What he is doing to people is dangerous, because the following that he has, somebody's going to want a white knight for somebody. You know what I'm saying? They're going to want to run in and be.
But y'all weren't worried about all that when you were helping him set
Exactly.
people on people.
I agree with that.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That's what we were saying back then, lady. We were saying it back then. Somebody's
They're
going to get hurt.
dangerous.
Yes.
I just
Yes,
feel like
it's
she was stuck between a
dangerous.
rock and a hard place, and if she would have went against her son, this would have happened
This
sooner,
would have
right?
happened. Yeah, I agree.
So it's like hard. It's like well,
Mm-mm.
you're damned if you do right, and you're damned if you don't.
Yeah, hey,
Yeah.
independent thinker. I think that you're probably right about a lot of y'all have made speculations now and in the past as to why she said and did and like stuck up like she did. And I know it's got to be hard to admit that your son's a wackadoo,
Mhm.
but she better be mustering up to apologize for her part in all that because she definitely made it worse.
Yeah, she should just stay quiet and just didn't say anything if she was going to do anything at all. All right, y'all ready?
Yeah, go for it.
Be the hero and like off, up Church's mom or off, oh my God, what's her name? Nicole Arbor, or like kick Jace Matthews' ass out in public just because their leader said so. This is what we're dealing with. This is dangerous behavior, and I'm done sitting down. I am done. I'm done. So there's my statement, y'all. I'm ready, and I will be in court for the next 10 years. I do not care because nobody's running over me anymore. I am sick of it. I have been deprived of sleep because of this narcissistic behavior. I get good sleep now. I can finally sleep for the first time since all this shit has happened. And actually, it goes back even before because this is not new behavior. It's just new behavior with more money.
That right there, it's not new behavior. It's just new behavior with more money. He's been like this his whole life. She's saying.
Oh
She's
yeah,
been
I
doing
felt like a lot of what we saw and dealt with was totally the way he was nurtured growing up. It had nothing to do with the money. It's just who he is.
Yep.
Yep. He's narcissistic and he thinks he's right non-fucking stop, or I should say 100% of the time, or you're just an idiot.
And cult following. You have humiliated me online. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm dead online. You may as well have posted a fucking sex tape of me because I don't care anymore. You can post whatever you want because everything that you've already done, it can't be taken back. And that goes for every family who has had to endure this bullshit from my son. So let's go. Let's go to court. I'm ready. We got to go all the way back to Redneck Nation and everything. This is going to go back. So let's all get ready to audit every fucking thing and say, who came up with raise hell and eat cornbread? My son Austin has worked his ass off for you and you are shitting on him. I'm fighting for them and everybody else that you've shit on.
Isn't it weird how she speaks of him separately from his siblings and stuff? Like she tends to speak of him separate.
Because she moved on to her next favorite.
Well, I don't know if that's it. I think what happened is, hey, perfectly. I think she's not saying his son anymore because he's saying, you're not my mom anymore. You know what I mean?
Listen, Patty Lynn is just as narcissist as her stupid son. She made him that way. He's a fucking mama's boy.
Hey,
he's the way he is. Oh, sorry, he's an effing mama's boy. He's the way he is because of her. She raised him. She manipulates him just as much as he manipulates her. The only question we all need to figure out is who was done with whose shit first. Was it Ryan or was it Patty?
I've heard through people that know the inner situation. This is a month ago. I think I told this to that girl like almost a month ago that this was being put in place because he was starting to spend a lot of money and
we talked about that.
Yep, and she was worried that he was gonna he's giving away $100,000 Hellcats, this and that.
And I can understand that. I can understand that, and I can respect that. Had she have done it in a proper, non-suspicious way.
You mean like how they did Brittany or what?
I mean, like, I don't know, not behind his back. Like, if she was so wanting to do it for
like
him.
how they did Britney Spears, like through the courts, through an actual conservatorship.
Do you think he would have went along with it? No, he would have just told them to go fuck off.
Oh, we're still getting the house. Relax.
Well, it depends on how messed up he is. You know what I mean? Because if he's truly, really, really, really messed up, they can force it.
I really don't think he's as messed up as they're making him out to be. I think he has issues 100%. I'm not denying that. I think he has problems, whether those problems are drugs or mental health or his upbringing. He has problems.
He came
And
at
a
a
lot
decent
of it.
Oh, he's better than mine.
Well, Coco, yeah, I agree. I agree with Coco. Way to go, Perfectly Imperfect. Now I'm not going to get my house.
No, we're
Hush,
still
be nice.
getting it. Relax.
What are y'all even talking about?
Listen, Ryan Upchurch is the master, and we love him with all of our heart.
Oh
You
God.
better get off the
And
graveyard with that. You're about to get dug up, exhumed, and thrown out the gates, girl.
don't make me
don't
leave my
do it,
house.
right.
Oh, no,
Don't do it.
I'm the homeless one, so we want him to find a house in the Wyoming.
No, we want the gray house. We want the gray house that was in the video. We want the
That
gray
was
house.
a nice house. That was a nice gray house. Yes, as long as the
So-
rent could be like
so
$800 a month.
So Allison, real quick, she says you can tell she never disciplined. We can't go, say that because we don't know really what happened. But she says
Yes, we can. Everybody in that boy's life has been a yes man or a yes ma'am, and
When he
that's
was a
why
kid?
he is the way he is.
Well,
Yes,
she may
as a
have
kid.
also, wasn't she at one point a single parent?
Yes.
Yeah, they got
Okay.
divorced very long ago. Him and the father got divorced.
Well,
a
being
while
a
And
ago.
single
his
parent
dad-
is not easy, you know?
I am a single parent. I know.
Yeah, so sometimes it's hard to discipline appropriately and keep everything going.
Especially when the person who you're trying to discipline is bringing money into your house.
Oh my God, yes, that's a really valid point. It would make it
She
harder
said when
to.
he was like 15, they were living together in that a Holler Boy story. She says he was like 15. He was trying to do a show that to book the venue, they had to she had to give him all of her rent money.
Yeah,
And
I heard
he
that.
was like,
So.
I'll make it. And then at the end, he didn't have the money, and then they had to hustle twice as hard.
So I think
I'm
she's done a
telling
lot
you,
for his
their
career.
relationship is more of a boyfriend and girlfriend relationship than it is a mother and son.
More
That
of a
relationship is
partnership.
effed up.
Yeah, definitely more
And
of a
I think that has
partnership.
a lot to do with his problems and the fact that everybody around him is a yes man.
Yeah,
Nobody
everybody's
stands up
yes,
to him.
man. But when you have a narcissistic that's in charge of everything, it's like, and then now all of a sudden he's the one, because she's on the, she's part, she's the owner of that one of the
She's a
original.
narcissist too. Don't act like she ain't.
Yeah, I think she is, but not to the not the extent
She
of Ryan.
literally
The
had
apple
him.
does not fall very far from the tree.
She literally had him write a song that she could sing on and go on stage with them and make music videos. She is a
She asked him
narcissist
to sing on
too.
the stage one time. Yeah.
Which one? I forget. What's the name of that song?
Calling.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. Perfectly.
Yeah.
I actually like that song. That's why I know.
She helped him get to where he's at, no
so
matter what.
irritated.
Right?
I think that's why Perfectly gets so irritated because she actually does like him.
I do too, you guys.
Yeah, but Nick, she helped him get where he's at because she's his mother. That is her job as a parent. She
Yeah,
is
that's
supposed
true.
to raise him and
I'm done with
point
the
him
money
into
part.
the direction.
I'm done with the money part. No, at 15, 16,
Dude,
then
that's her job.
It's not her job to pay for everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
it
his
is.
concerts, stuff like
Who
that.
else is
Yes, it
supposed
is.
to pay for your kids' stuff? That's your
Okay,
job.
so
Yes,
all right,
it
so
is.
real quick, can I have my opinion real quick?
Of course.
If she-
No.
Shut up.
How dare you want to add your opinion, Nick? This is
If-
women's talk.
Be nice to the eggplant. Be nice to the eggplant. Go ahead, Nikki. What you got?
I'm an eggplant. Oh my god. So she,
I
like
love
you guys
you
said, like
guys.
our voice was just saying, she had to work double overtime, do this. So she obviously, cared to help him and stuff like that, and she did. So
That's
that-
a mother's job.
I don't know if it's her. It's her
Nick,
job to work double
Nick,
overtime to do it. And
Nick.
she has 3 other sons.
It is when you
If
choose to be a
that's-
single mom, or if
if
you are
she
dealt the hand
wanted-
to be a single mom, that is your job. You have
Yes,
to do the job of
100%.
your parents.
And if she
Period.
chose to support his decision to become a country rapper, whatever the frig you want to call it, and she chose to do that extra work to help him achieve his goal, that was her choice. That is her job as a mother. Any mother would do the same thing for their
it's her
kid.
choice, but you say it's her choice and then her job. Those are 2 different things, right?
You guys hang on. Independent thinker. This is actually a Macrame live. I am constructing feathers, and right now I need to cut some more string for my next feather for my project. So
Right,
I am
Tim?
using my ingenuitively made block with screws to help me cut feather or to cut string so I don't hurt my hands. Go ahead, guys.
Hey,
All right, so I think people
it's our
are.
favorite tomato.
I think people are starting to
Hello,
think I'm taking Patty's
Tim.
back. I'm not taking Patty's back at all. I just think that she's come out with a lot of truths that she wasn't able to before.
Alleged truths.
Yeah, I guess I will say alleged truth as is now. Damn, perfectly. Alleged
Okay,
truths now.
Nick meet perfectly meet Nick. This is
Oh, yeah.
I am so glad you
because
came up
she's
here
saying
perfectly. I'm so glad you came up here because otherwise I was going to have to be doing this and correcting him.
Oh,
just
here we go.
because she's
here we
coming
go.
out and making videos and speaking her truth doesn't mean it's the truth. She's just putting it out there. If you've noticed, because Ryan hasn't put out any videos or anything about it in like a week, and all of a sudden now she's coming out and speaking her truth.
Well,
Why
yeah, 'cause
didn't
she's
she
getting
speak her
bullied by-
truth when everybody was accusing her of being a rotten snake? Why
Well, I
didn't she
felt
speak
like
her
she
truth
was
then?
though. This isn't her first video though, perfectly. So what do you mean?
No,
Can you
but in her
elaborate?
other videos, she never once came out and said all this shit she's saying now. She automatically came out and was
Oh
like,
yeah,
she's
no,
on
you're right.
drugs.
She said, "You'll see." So yeah, you're right.
I think she
Yeah.
gave him the opportunity to kind of retract everything, you know what I mean? Like that kind of thing, and see if it would get, better. And it obviously hasn't gotten better. So now she's got to go to the extent of where she's at right now. That's
Yeah,
So
that's
my,
a
you
good
think
possibility
think
too.
she doesn't know her son and doesn't know that it was going to escalate after she did that video?
I mean, as a mother, you know what I mean? You hope for the best, I guess, right?
Yes, you do. You do.
Yeah,
Even if you
Tim's
know your
exactly
child's a
right.
psycho, even if you know your child's a psycho, you still hope they're not. I'm sure,
Well, Tim, she can't take the company. She's the owner of it.
Allegedly. Did you look it up? Did you find it? The paperwork that says that
Hey,
she's the sole owner?
hey now.
I just don't think she would speak on something like that if that wasn't the truth. I mean, everybody else would be looking it up just like, we're talking about it. You know what I mean?
Just like the houses and stuff that she spoke about. They looked
I'm
that
gonna
up
get
too
you an
and
autograph,
proved at
Ryan.
least one of those houses belonged to her. So
Okay, there we go. I don't know, you guys. I think
Tim,
it's a
click the
hard
link.
situation. I'm glad he doesn't have any children. I will say that. I'm glad he doesn't have any children.
Beat him.
I
Damn it! I've been over here arguing with you all, and you couldn't hear me.
there was an
No, nobody
awkward
could hear
silence
anything.
and
I thought
everything.
you were just quietly crafting over there. Can y'all read comments? Because I can't see them.
Yes,
Yeah, I'm
I
reading the
can see
comments.
them on my phone. I've got them right here.
B. Tim says that she started speaking out when the company was being threatened to get taken away from her.
Mm-hmm.
That's when she found her integrity, and I totally agree.
All right, so BTM, how do you know that he threatened to take away the blue moon? See, that's just allegedly as well. I mean, we're going to say allegedly, correct? That was never said.
Yes, we're going to say allegedly to everything because I don't know about you guys, but I personally don't want Creek Squad on my ass.
Well, and I personally don't know any of these
one of those fuckers
any
out.
more than I already am.
I've already had him on my ass. I don't want him back.
Broward County, Dade County, raise up. Fucking Creek Squad.
B. Tim, you should look into it and see if you can find out who actually is the owner.
Listen, I have been creeping his socials since all of this started because I'm invested in the drama now, okay?
Yes.
And for
I'm right there with you, sister. You're fine.
The last video he posted about her was over a week ago. He hasn't posted anything since. He's been off doing his own thing, visiting some kid, giving him equipment, making new songs, talking about cowboy hats.
He did drop a new video.
Yeah, he made 2 so far.
Since when? And are they about his mom?
Last
Because I'm only referring to videos about his mom.
his were music stuff last night that came out.
Right. He hasn't talked about Patty.
Didn't he make one saying that this is the last time I'm going to speak on her?
Yes, and that was the last video he made on her.
There was 2 total.
I thought there was more than 2.
No, it just looked like it was more than 2 because they were Instagram stories, so they were pieced together.
They were hit together. Yeah.
Okay.
And then you have other people doing it and piecing things together as well.
Yeah,
like
I don't use
this Rebel Man
Insta,
that's using him and nobody realizes.
Yeah, me neither. That girl.
Oh,
Yeah.
did you see Kansas Rebel Man? I guess I never heard about this, but Ryan Upchurch had a rap song, like one of his first ones. And you know what this T-shirt said on it?
What?
My Nigga.
Oh God.
See,
Yep.
I get that that's wrong, but given the industry and
I'm not
what have you, I don't
No.
take it as racist as everybody else does.
Every white rapper has never used
Welcome
that
to the graveyard, B Tim.
Welcome to
Hey,
the graveyard.
How you doing?
Hey, B Tim.
Doing good. How are you?
Let's go, Tim. Let's go.
What's up?
Let's go.
Here.
Yeah, I just think she's doing that because she's worried about her company
good,
being taken from her.
okay.
That's
I
basically
agree.
it. I think
You watched the whole video, right?
Yeah, I watched the whole video. Yeah, she basically mentioned about how she's the owner of the company. And my guess is that she's worried that Ryan's probably going to take her to, court to gain ownership of that company. And she's making her little video. Personally, I think that's a dumb move because you should not be saying that. You should probably just keep your mouth shut and talk to your lawyer.
I said that, B. Tim. You would have been proud of me. That's exactly what I said.
Yeah, like don't go.
I agree.
Yeah, it's just so stupid. But and then it sounded like now she's trying to claim that it sounds like she's trying to claim that the other sons have some sort of ownership in some of the songs. Yeah, writing credit, just like that woman. And now she's like back. Yeah. And that sounds like it's just a complete I think what happened is that personally,
Man, she said mean things about Nicole Arbor, and she thinks she can wipe it away with that little apology.
Well, she's a snake.
Dude, she sent Creek Squad after how many people on YouTube?
Yeah.
Come on, my babies. Go with some babies.
We're on the call. One of the people he said Creek Squad with.
Right?
Real quick though, with
I
Nicole
know.
Arbor, it wasn't much of an apology. She was just like, blah blah blah, and takes things away. It wasn't like, oh, I'm so sorry, dear, that happened to you. She kind of kept that real with that, and the Katie, was it the Katie something one?
Well,
right?
and it would have been more sincere had she also thrown in and for any part I had in it.
Correct.
She definitely played part in it.
Agree.
I don't know if you guys have looked at any of the comments on his stuff, but all the people she mentioned are all the people that other people have been commenting about. Are you going to apologize to this person? Are you going to admit Kylie's real?
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, but she didn't apologize to Burn. She didn't apologize to Ickamel. She didn't apologize to.
I don't think she knows about birding. Let's be honest.
She didn't apologize to the entire world for birthing him. There's many things missing. Okay?
Yeah,
Right.
It's a tactical apology.
What?
No, I said, Burden, do you think Patty knew about the whole confusion with this anime thing? Or
Yes.
Yeah.
She made a reply about. They watched our channel. They watched the channel.
She knew.
No, I did not know that.
She
It's
made a
a
reply.
tactical apology.
She thought Cappy was Buttercup, and she made a reply to Cappy
Yeah, I
about
remember
the
that.
lawsuit.
Yep.
And she was on her little thing that's pushes up and down, rocks back and forth. And she made the dumbest reply you could possibly imagine. And yeah, that's pretty much it. But personally, I think she's just worried about losing money. It's all about money. And I don't know if Ryan's has some sort of mental issue or he just realizes that they're stealing his money under his nose. And now
it's hard to tell.
Yeah. And he's just get these snakes away from me. I don't know which is which.
I personally think her apology is a tactical one. I think that now that Creek Squad is completely against her, she's apologizing to all the people that aren't in Creek Squad that Ryan and her
So you feel like
over
she's just kind of
YouTube.
scrambling?
And she's trying to win the other side.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I could.
I don't remember her going after all those people, but I didn't watch them, so you guys would know better than me. I didn't know if she said the same things he said about Kylie Rodney and Xana May. I don't think she ever said the same.
She didn't say the same things, but she did videos calling people out who were attacking him for saying things and basically defending him and telling people that he's allowed to have his opinions and say what he wants to say.
Yeah,
so
how about his
she
opinions
supported
now?
him.
She defended. Yeah, she said she supports him in his opinions. And
well, then she could.
That goes back to rock in a hard place.
No, then she can support him in his opinions about her now. Now she can not be a hypocrite.
She's a hypocrite. In one of her videos, she says straight out she supports her son no matter what he does.
Oh, I love it
Yep.
when B-Tim's an asshole. Isn't that fun?
I do too.
So we went before saying, you know, that's,
He's the
no, real
one
quick. Before we were saying, you know, it's a mother, that's her job, and but now it's not her job to, you know what I mean? Like, I'm confused. Which one is it?
What do you mean? It's her job to raise her son and pay for her son until he's legally an adult.
Yes.
It's her job to teach him right for wrong and not be like, oh, honey, you're bringing money into the house? Yeah, sure, you can do whatever the F you want. It's her job to treat him to be a good human being.
But is it her job? Right,
it's not her job to forget about that just because he's now somewhat famous and giving her everything she wants in life.
Tim, is your opinion so when it comes to, she had to work double jobs and stuff like that to make Ryan's dream hurt?
Yeah, what's your question, Nick, to me?
So he helped her, she helped him, excuse me, by working overtime to get it for this first concert and stuff like that. Now, is that her actual job, or is that just something a mother, not should do? But
well, that's why I mentioned before, never have family and business together, because you can't fire your mother, or in this case you are, but it's not really clean when you fire your mom.
My thing with that, Nick, I don't view that much differently than whenever I and the girl's father, when they were young, we paid hundreds and hundreds of dollars for dance and other sports. And we would have to come up, like, if their team did really good that year and they were going to travel for softball, well, it's our job as their parents to come up with that. So for me, there's no difference between having to pay $800 for a leotard and shoes or whatever, so your son can go on a venue because that's their hobby. So for me, it's kind of the same thing. You see what I mean, babe?
Yeah, I mean, your kids are not an investment. You know what I mean? Like, if you're looking at your kids as an investment so you can get a return, then that's something fucked up in your head.
So I mean, now we're just saying that she did that for that. You know what I mean? That's all allegedly. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to get at. Like,
well, it's not allegedly.
Because this is Macrame. Hey. Because this is a Macrame live. I need y'all to be easy on the F-bombs, please, because people have
cursed.
Yes.
No, not you. I'm just saying in general, okay? That's all. Keep going.
Yeah.
She supported his dreams to become a singer.
Yeah, but
because that's her son, but also because she wanted that as well.
Yeah,
it's not like he forced her to pay those things. If she didn't want to do it, she could have said, no, honey, you have however many siblings he actually has that I need to buy bread for. You're going to have to figure this out on your own, get a job, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
She chose to make the choices she made. She can't renege on it now because he's mad at her or whatever happened. She's not entitled to his money because she helped him get there.
That makes me happy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She chose. She's not supposed to, but she chose.
I wanted my kids.
If you're a good mom, you're supposed
what they
to.
were doing. Like, anytime your kid has an interest in something, you want them to do good at it and excel. At least I always did, I always wanted them to do good and excel. And I just felt like it was my job to supply them with everything they needed. But I think y'all are right. When it comes to something that big, that's so optional, I guess you do have to take the other kids into the fact that you have to feed them too. So.
And I'm not taking Petty's back. I don't even care. You know what I mean? I don't care for any one of those.
So do y'all think there's a difference between paying tons of money for cheerleading and this kind of stuff? Like, what do y'all see as the difference?
Well,
I don't.
I mean, what do you mean? His early career when he was just being driven to like his early career before he started his.
Oh, she paid for his first venue and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Everything.
Well, I mean, the problem is, and I always say this, is never mix family with business, and they should have made an agreement upon repayment or some sort of return.
I believe he was only like 15 or so at this time, though, Tim.
Okay, then that's that. Then
yeah, 16.
I believe that was her choice.
Yeah, that goes to that girl's.
Funny.
Yeah, but
that goes.
Yeah, that goes to that girl's point. That's more like a hobby or activity. He's 15 years old. I mean,
she chose to go outside of just, paying for music lessons or whatever it was
Let me
to
take off my
pay for a venue. That was her choice.
Look, now you're Pikachu.
I love it. Please leave
or
it.
Here's Flat Squirrel.
So what's your overall take on it, Tim?
Which part of
Just
the
like,
tape?
just on the whole shebang.
I think she's a snake. I think Ryan is probably either realizing they're all snakes or he's on something. He's no better. He basically, I don't know if he attacked people on purpose online or it's something kind of mental. I don't know. I don't like how he was attacking people online, and I don't really have sympathy for any of them. I think you get what you deserve. She
I'm
wanted
not
to.
no sympathy.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think that there's some truth in what both of them are saying.
Yeah.
I think that, in all honesty, I think Patty probably was skimming off of the top and taking advantage of her son's money.
Dipping in
And I also think that with the years that have gone by and his late blooming to maturity, he has realized that his mom has taken advantage of him.
Yeah.
okay. Real quick. I don't know if she's taking advantage of him. That's all allegedly, right? I don't know if she's skimming, but if she's going to help him get to his career like that, I think deserves to have some.
No, absolutely.
No,
Yeah.
that would be like your
my
boss.
opinion.
Well,
honey, that would be like your boss going ahead and taking $60 out of your paycheck, deciding that on the next deal that you broker, say you're going to end up with a $2,000 bonus. All right, $1,800 of that $2,000 now is mine. You wouldn't go for that now, would you?
Listen, I think Ryan was very fool. If he did allow his mom to have ownership of a company, a media company, or anything like that, I think that was very foolish of him. I think he should have probably just had an actual person.
He was such a kid, though, when all this went down. He
And he doesn't trust the music industry, which is why
I want to know.
He's
other entertainers. They have to open a Jackie Coogan trust account. I want to know because he lives in the state of Tennessee and he was a child entertainer under the age of 18. I want to know why he didn't have a Coogan account open for him. Because that 15% off the top should have been put into that immediately.
Yeah,
because his mom probably didn't do it.
Yeah, and also I would like to point out that he's in his 30s. I think is he like almost
32, 33?
I mean, like at that point,
31.
At that
He'll
point,
be 32 in May.
Yeah, you're not a kid anymore. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we just debated this the other day. That's the only reason.
That's the only reason I know when his birthday is, because we Googled it the other day.
Failure to launch. We can't help it. Failure to launch.
Yeah.
I just think she shed some light on some things that everybody was, didn't want to know what. We don't know if it's the truth, right? But we all kind of know what he was talking about.
Yeah, and also just because Voices mentioned the Jackie Coogan law, and I Googled it. So that's like you basically set aside 15% for the child actor, basically.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
You can call me ma'am. I don't mind. I don't mind.
I know. I always do that, and I always do it, and I'm so sorry, B-Tim. When I worked at Wells Fargo, I was trained in how to open those for child actors because we used to get a lot of calls for kids in the industry. For a parent is coming in saying, "Okay, my kid just got their first royalty check. I can't cash it until I open this type of an account." So that's a concern that I've often wondered. Being trained in that for my former employment, I've always wondered, how does that work? When they're an independent artist like Ryan Upchurch or Poetic Intelligence, like they came out of Billings. They were a group of kids all together, and they were booking shows and touring. So I've always wondered how that works. But
also, you see the Gotchaman new video where how Ryan has not talked about Kylie Rodney at all in the last couple months?
Yes.
Yeah.
Gotchaman, and it's all allegedly, but he doesn't usually put out anything that's not, what he doesn't know. He said that that there was a letter that Ryan got that's the reason why he can't speak on Kylie Rodney, good or bad, anymore.
How would he know that?
Yeah, how would he know?
Valid question. How would he know
You can
that?
look up court records. Go ahead.
I've looked up church court records. Remember, I was trying to see if he filed anything against Patty when he said he was going to the courthouse?
Yes, I know you were stalking. Yes.
Well, I mean, Nick, that is a question that I would have in the validity of that. Just like that gal last night that we were checking out that said,
"Oh
that
God,
termination letter." I mean, again, like,
oh yeah.
What the hell? How did you get that? I mean, you can suspect it all day long. It doesn't mean that it's legitimate and it's actually factual.
So
And-
Gotchaman says, I dare you to say something about Kylie Rodney again. We all know you're not going to because of that letter. I don't know if he knows people that know him and it's kind of slipped out type thing. I don't know.
Oh, like he told a friend that told a
Mm.
friend.
Yeah, he says,
Right.
I dare you at the end of the, I dare you to say something about Kylie Rodney. We know you're not going to because of the letter I just talked about, but I dare you. And
Yeah, I don't take that as facts. I take that as someone who's claiming they know something, unless he can prove to me that there's a letter.
Just like that TikTok psychic lady.
Yeah, just like Gigi.
Like Gigi.
Well,
We
I
need to see
will
the
say
letter.
this. I will say this. If he doesn't ever say her name again, chances are it's true.
Right.
And as for the Kylie Rodney stuff, if you think that Patty didn't know what was going on, I don't believe that. Before she deleted all of her videos,
well, I didn't say that.
if you watch them, you can see she's just as much as conspiracy theorist as he is, and they probably sat around the fire at night and discussed
Talking
this whole
about
theory of her not being
Or-
real and what have you.
Or she was just a yes person, so because she was
She's
so
just a yes mom.
Yeah, she was a yes mom because she was so financially dependent on Ryan that she would
She
say
didn't
yes
want
to
to be
anything.
financially fucked.
She's stuck between a rock and a hard place. She's damned if she does and damned if she didn't, like I said earlier. If she
Well,
speaks
just like
on
we
it.
talk about with Leilani and them, I mean, regardless of what kind of person he is, like, that's still her kid.
I don't
Yeah.
agree with the damned if she does and damned if she doesn't. She's a grown adult. She could have
But
been
I'm saying
like,
that her relationship with Ryan. It's
no,
she,
and understandable. And now because he's freaking out on her, she's willing to say everything. But before that happened, she wasn't willing to say anything. So that
Because
speaks
she's
more
already
to her
damned.
character than it does his. Like, this isn't a battered wife syndrome. She chose to be quiet because she was reaping what it sowed.
Yeah.
Now that it's not, she's all of a sudden talking out about how he's on drugs, even though a month before that, she was cussing everyone out for saying he was on drugs.
That's what
I
I'm
would
saying.
I would also point out if she was really like trying to care, she would not go on the internet to blast
Yes.
her son. She would keep it all
Nick,
private.
Yeah.
I said
when
that
you
earlier,
that's what you
Tim.
were saying, do you mean like she just kind of reworded what you said a different way, or what do you mean?
Yeah, like for instance, she spoke on it simply because if she or I should reword that. If she spoke the other way on it, right? We all know what would happen. She would have got attacked right then and there from the Colt Squad. I'm going to call it. Okay. I don't even want to call it Greek Squad. There's some
Fair
good
enough.
people that I'm friends with, but I think they're brainwashed as well, or they just they think too highly of the guy. And he's a narcissistic. We already knew that from freaking just Tim jumping on Queen Bees that time when he's freaking Tim's proving him wrong in every freaking situation. You're all proving wrong in every freaking situation, and he's just calling everybody freaking idiots. Now imagine
moving the
mother
goalposts.
in that situation. What do you think what do you think he's going to do to her? You know what I mean? Same fucking thing, just like he did. He's the one that made the first video, correct?
Okay, Nick, if she truly cared about her son and this was about him being unwell and needing help, why is she not trying to get conservatorship over him and get him the help he needs instead of posting a YouTube video pointing out all the things that if he's truly a danger to himself and other people like she claims,
like Britney Spears.
why
Yeah,
is
like
she
Britney
not
Spears,
doing
yeah.
something to help him instead of going on YouTube and saying, oh, he's lying about this? This is how it really is.
How can we compare that to Britney Spears, though?
Because it's
Because
the same
Britney Spears is
situation.
a grown adult, and they got a conservatorship over her and her money, honey.
Yeah, but that had to do with kids, the whole freaking nine. Like
No, it had to
It
do with her
doesn't
mental
matter.
health.
She's straight
yeah,
out
Ryan
saying-
is Ryan's mental health is it's not like it's like it's out there like Britney Spears. We don't even know if he has mental health issues.
No, because in her video, she specifically said that Creek Squad is a danger to everyone because of their leader. That means that she doesn't care enough to do something to get him better so that he stops fueling the squad.
I mean, if she would have kept it, let me ask you a question, Nick.
Yep.
If he would have kept his same crazy behavior but didn't go after her or the money that she was basically reaping from him, would she do all these statements on YouTube, or do you think she would have kept quiet like she's always does and support him?
Say that one more time. The first part. I'm sorry.
Okay. Let's say like he was allowing her to continue to reap the rewards of his hard work as a country rapper.
Uh-huh.
And basically what happens is that he didn't go after her, right? and he let her keep on reaping the word. Do you think she would, and he still did these crazy behaviors online. Do you think that she would have made that statement, that video?
Absolutely
No.
not.
Yeah.
No.
So
I
how
don't
is her intentions pure if it's not motivated by money?
I think it's the whole attacking part. I mean, that's
I
just
think it's the whole money
but-
part.
Okay, but she
she's already
is
the owner of it.
fueling the tax by putting out more videos and calling his squad names and stuff. If she truly was worried about her safety and worried about his safety, she wouldn't be going on lives where all of these people can see and crap talking the people she
I
I
claims
understand
are
that.
attacking
Because
her.
I say the same thing about people who are doxing each other on YouTube. Like, if you're so afraid and all these things are happening, why are you talking about it? Like, if it's really that scary, why are you talking about this publicly? Why aren't you dealing with the police and your safety?
Or
Tim, I
you
have a
just,
question.
or you just wait like a week, and usually most YouTube, like most drama dies down in a week or two.
Tim, do you think she would have made a video if Ryan didn't make a video?
If she would have made a video, I'm sorry.
No, if Ryan didn't make a video, do you think she would have made a video?
No, I don't.
I do.
Wait a minute. Are you saying that? I don't understand your question.
Upchurch made the
If
video.
Ryan hadn't have put his video out first calling Patty out, do you think that Patty would have put a video out explaining things? Basically.
Yeah, but that video was basically him claiming that he was cutting her off because he was being robbed. So it still relates to the money issue.
That's true.
I personally think had he not have put that video out, she may have put a video out. Maybe not explaining the same thing, but I think she probably would have put something out explaining why her and Ryan haven't been seen together in videos or haven't been talking.
No, she would have probably kept quiet about it if she kept on getting money. I mean, like that's what you're seeing with the motivation. It's all about the money. Okay?
Yeah, 100%. I agree with that.
You know,
I don't think she would have put a video out if he didn't do that.
I think the whole video
It depends if she cut him off.
Yeah, like that whole video was him saying, "Hey, I think you've been robbing me, and I'm cutting you off, and I feel betrayed." And I'm telling instead of going, and that was basically it. So yeah,
Before even knowing anything, he's going to houses, acting like they're houses, and they're literally strangers' houses that has nothing to do with her. So like he didn't even do his own research.
Allegedly.
Yes.
We don't know that they're not
cops
houses that
came and all that stuff and told him, he's got to do this in court if he thinks this is what it is. So I mean, that's what it is. But did you find Tim?
You couldn't hear what the cops were saying in the video.
Tim, did you find the thing if she is the owner of was it Blue Moon or Golden Moon or?
Oh, I didn't really care to look into
you
it.
were supposed to be looking that up.
Now?
Yeah, right now.
Research fail.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, honestly, I think it's just like poetic justice that she's being basically attacked by this, that she allowed other people to be attacked.
I personally think she's deflecting because not once in all of her videos as she put out has she said, I would never steal from my son. I didn't steal from my son. I didn't do this. Or I put money aside for him without him knowing because I knew he was going to blow it all. She hasn't done any of that. All she's done
She didn't
is
say anything even close to that, huh?
no. All she's done is blamed him from doing drugs, blamed his manager for giving him the drugs,
the people that are around him
for attacking her, and
the guards and the I mean, I saw the messages on her what's it called until she turned the comments off because there were so many horrible ones. Like I said, I could care less about Patty. I just think she said a little bit more light than what was only coming from Ryan's side type thing, or Ryan, you know what I mean?
Freaking pray for rock and roll. Crafts, biatches.
Yeah, and she chose when he was no longer speaking about her to come out and say what she had to say.
I mean, if that was me,
more like a gear
try to
tactic
clear my
to
name a
get
little bit.
Ryan to talk about her or talk to her.
We don't know if that hasn't happened though, right?
I would assume that if they have talked, it didn't go well because she would not have put that video out if it did.
Yeah, probably. Okay, that's how many I have put together. So now I need one that's like predominantly black. And then maybe a white with everything mixed in and some smaller ones. And I'll be in business to put it together.
Is there a way, Tim, we can find out if she was the owner of that or no, you just don't want to?
I'm looking it up now, but
Thank you.
Just
I'm not good at that stuff.
I agree, Allison.
Damn, Nick.
What happened?
No,
why are
I'm
we
just
damning Nick? Damn you, Nick.
Oh.
no, Nick. Is there any way we can find out?
He really wants to know.
Dog with a bone.
I remember reading something about it that said she was co-owner, but
Yes.
I don't know.
Well,
That
the
was from
company,
like a Google search.
yeah, the company
I'll just stretch
is
my legs real quick, you guys. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Company was
All
formed
right,
in
now's the
2019.
time. If you're gonna mess up, now's the time to do it.
I can still hear you, hooker.
Wait, I'm not allowed to drop F-bombs, but you're allowed to say hooker?
Yeah, according to TOS, hooker should be good to go unless we're using it in a way that actually has sexual connotation.
Or a derogatory way, probably.
Yeah, derogatory. Yep, exactly.
Well,
Tim,
that's some bull poop.
it is. It is. YouTube sucks right now with that.
You know
what did you
what
find?
it is for me today? I've been sweating for 2 days about this no F-bomb rule.
Yeah, February 1st they put it on. It's stupid. Stupid.
Man,
Well, it's not just that. It's because it's a craft live and a lot of the girls from the graveyard have kids.
I
It's
know.
just, out of respect for the babies, we just want to be easy with it. That's all.
And
You know,
I
I hear you.
said I didn't have a problem with any of that.
Oh
I would
yeah,
just
and I can assure you
my
most of their moms probably drop an occasional bomb too. You just didn't want it to be too spicy for the babies. That's all.
Is her name her first name Lynn Upchurch or is it Amber? What's her
It's
first
Patty Lynn
Or Patricia?
Burgess.
Patricia?
Patty
Or-
Patricia,
Lynn?
yeah. Patricia Lynn
Patricia.
Burgess or something like that. It's not Upchurch.
Patricia what?
I think it's Burgess.
Can you give me a spelling? Let me see.
I think it's B.
BURGES.
Yeah, I think
I
that's
wasn't
right.
even ready. I'm sorry.
BURGES. I just know
It
that
might be
because
two S's.
we have a Burgess Pass up here, right up in the mountains. That's the only reason I was like, when I was first learning about him years back, I was like, oh, that's ironic. We have a Burgess Pass.
Yeah, she's not legally an Upchurch, apparently.
Well, no, because they're divorced. It's Ronnie Upchurch is his father, and
Yes.
they're not married.
I creeped him too. I went down a hole, a big, big hole.
Mm.
I almost didn't get out, guys.
I'm telling you, I've followed him since he was on Vine.
It was bad,
Like-
guys. The big hole.
I just got no respect for him the way he speaks to a lot of women. I
What's his middle name, Ryan?
Edward,
Okay.
I think.
think it was Cook, but let me check on it.
I think that sounds right. I don't know.
Oh my God, you fucking stalk her perfectly.
I told you I went down a
Sorry.
hole.
Yeah, because I see him. He had a company that's inactive. It's RHEC Entertainment LLC.
Yeah, that's Ray's Hell.
Red-
Remember?
Yeah,
Is it
that's
the Red Rebel or the
That's
Red?
an old one. Yeah. Just trying to look for his how many, because I couldn't find anyone open right now because I'm using open corporates right now. And I could, let me see. I'm trying to see for the Village Creek and something. No. Ryan Upchurch Ghost Ranch Holdings. Let me see.
That's one of them, yeah.
Yeah. He owns that.
The way he
The
just
other
speaks
one
to random women.
Blue
Imagine how he
something.
speaks to his mom when he's not. You know what I mean?
Rolling. It looks like maybe he owns Rolling Stone Enterprises.
Yep, that's the name of one of his songs, Rolling Stoned.
Yeah, he also owns Upchurch Enterprises LLC, February 2nd, February 2017 to the 22nd.
I'll find the other one for you. 1 second.
I think the way he speaks to women is kind of iffy topic because I've seen him speak very loving to women as well as very nasty to women. I just think he doesn't give a flying flamingo about random chicks on the internet that are arguing with him.
Maybe Tim, I can tell you that the night that I was on Jewels of Thoughts panel with him, when he
heard that.
When he was in the audience, before he came up on the panel with all of us, with her and I guess, and I think Draw Latina was up there too for a little bit. during that time, I mean, he said straight up, I'll behave, I'll use my manners, I'll behave myself, there won't be any problems. So he knows how he can act. He knows where he can act an ass at and where he cannot act an ass at. And he also learned that night that not everybody has the money to be able to file a lawsuit. And I'm sorry, will work a lot better than So Sue Me. I mean, if you go back and listen to what I talked to him about, it was a pretty good conversation.
Yeah, he has the ability to carry on a good conversation and be respectful. It just depends on the company that is with him.
No, they were being very nice to him. So
I know I was in the live, but
Yeah.
he came in hot. You got to remember that he not only could hear what people were saying on panel, he could also see what people were writing in chat.
Correct.
Yeah, but the way he spoke to the women, the Cappy and everybody else, and they weren't speaking to him that way. So that's why I'm kind of like,
like I said, I don't think he gives a flying flamingo about random women on the internet.
But that's still not.
That doesn't mean he's disrespectful to all women.
I didn't say all women. I just said I don't like the way he speaks to women, and that's what he. That's the only thing I've learned from him.
Those women.
You would have to say those women because
he's been respectful on other panels.
Like
if you agree with them, he'll be respectful.
No,
even when you disagree, as long as he's not hyped up.
Panel. Because
his problem is he has an anger problem. So when he gets angry, he's like a toddler. He doesn't know how to express his feelings in words.
That's exactly what I said to him on that panel. That was exactly one of the things that I said to him on that panel. Was I said, I think what happens with you, Ryan, is that you start your brain your mouth engages before your brain is fully comprehended, and you start speaking, and then your mouth goes faster than your brain goes. And that's
ignorance is ignorance. I agree.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm not saying he's not ignorant to people. He 100% is ignorant to people, but he's not always ignorant. If you actually look into him, he's actually done a lot of good things for people in his community, including kids. He does have the means to be a decent human being. He just lets anger take over.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I ain't gonna take that away from him. He's done a lot of good things, and like Pims and anybody can. But like, if it doesn't fit his agenda, it seems like he doesn't. You know what I mean? I've watched a lot. I've been on panel with him as well multiple times, and I've had to jump off because I was on Dolly's once. I was on Dolly's twice. I did a shoey one time. And that was just a call-in shoey. And then this is like months and months. This is before I even met Queen. And then I went on panel. We were talking about the Kylie Rodney case. And this is when I already fucking had a bad taste in my mouth when he said she wasn't real. And he went to go jump up on the panel. I'm like, all right, guys, I'm out. Deuces. I ain't going to be on the panel with this dude. You know what I mean? I just,
to be
I ain't going to
fair, it's a Dolly panel. Like, that's go ahead to be
before Dolly was Dolly, though. Trust me.
Dolly's YouTube has always been, I don't know how to put it politely, but not.
It got real worse though, right?
Yes, it got absolutely 1,000% worse, but it's never been like a good, respectable channel. He literally answers his calls, Dolly, and laughs and makes fun of the people calling to talk to him. It's never been a good, respectable channel.
Can we take just a moment to appreciate those fine feathers, those fine macrame feathers that girl and myself have demonstrated today to make, and give the stream a thumbs up and make sure that you have that notification bell turned to all so that you don't miss out on the graveyard crafts. Because
I will definitely. I will definitely.
That girl.
Oh, thank you. I'm still going to make a few more.
Like
thank you. I do too. And I will definitely show how to transfer these from your marker bases over to your big piece of wood, and some of what I'm going to do to jazz up the strings. I'll video for you guys so that y'all can see how to do that in a more like concentrated environment.
Why don't we just wait and do another live like in a day or so, and you can do it on a live.
Oh God, I don't know. We'll see. I don't do a lot of lives. You guys know that. But what I do know is that our good friend Miss Queen Bee wants to talk about everything that we have been talking about. And we've been going here for about 3.5 hours. I just spoke to her. She set up something for 7:30. So what I think should happen is we should like jet on over and join her once it starts. I'm gonna get a link and put it in the chat.
What's 7:30 your time? Because it's like 8:30.
Yeah,
5 minutes.
Yeah,
It's 8:45.
Yeah, in 5 minutes,
okay.
I think.
It's 7:30 her time
8:30 our
too.
time. Yeah.
Either
Gonna say
way,
it's
It's
8:25.
only
What you talking about?
6:25 here. So is that like another hour from now or what?
No, it's
5
5 minutes.
minutes.
thank you,
Oh,
Coco.
okay.
Yeah. And you know, she always does her intro and stuff, and sometimes she's late, but I'm gonna go ahead and put the link in the chat for us.
I didn't see it. Let me check.
And we will go from the graveyard to the hive here in a moment. I really
Oh.
appreciate everybody who's made feathers with us today, and everybody who is, you know, like totally interested in the crafts with us. It's so much more fun to do as a group, isn't it, Voices?
Oh my gosh, you guys don't even know how much you guys have poured back into my cup today.
Aw, good.
I was telling that girl this morning that my cup was feeling empty and I just was really laggy, and like I was dropping things today, and like I immediately went to go pick up hay and got hay in my hair, and it was just a disaster this morning. So I really needed this refill. And you guys have, oh my goodness, I could just about cry. I'm so happy.
Aw, I really loved all your feathers. Why don't you show everybody some of the feathers you made again before we go? Oh, yeah, and Wing Zero sent me a picture. Let me go look.
Zero got me a gift card so I can get my supplies.
Yay, so the next time Nikki's in with us.
Wait, Nick's doing crafts?
Yeah,
Yes.
Nick's going to do some feathers with us.
It ain't going to come out good, but I'll try my
My
best.
feathers done, but I also got a couple dream catchers built, and I'm set to be able to go up on panel and continue discussing while I work. So I got that done, and this is all made out of paper, you guys. That's all paper.
Yeah, but that's not feathers. Show them your other feathers.
I'm getting there. They were buried underneath stuff. I got it all in.
You gotta move stuff around first.
Oh, I
Okay,
don't
so this
see,
one's attached.
Oh, I bet you she sent it on Discord.
This one's attached to the stick that Birdie went and hunted.
Oh, I like
for me.
that one.
Here, let me make you bigger. Hold on. Let me make you bigger.
And so this one is like a red, white, and blue first responder type. So that was made out of this color variegated yarn.
Oh, that's cool. That's like the Chiefs colors. They're playing tonight too.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's their exact colors. Holy crap. That's the exact colors.
Okay.
Okay.
And
Okay.
then-
Sure. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
This one, this is a 4-strand that's earth tones. And then I got.
Wait a minute. Can I see that again? Why does that say "I love Ryan Upchurch" on there?
Oh!
She does.
That was good.
Because I need a house.
Hey,
That's
you know,
right.
I really like that. Chiefs
And
one.
I would gladly
that
give
one.
Ryan any of these for a house.
I mean, I think the caveat that he has to apologize to Bird, and that will be the caveat.
Yes. And I would like
Jordan, Gabby,
What if he just gives Burden a house? Would that?
I mean,
Yeah.
no,
And then
he
they
has
could
to
like
apologize to Burden and give me a house.
Voices, why are you trying to steal my house, man?
yeah, jeez.
Well, that's why Perfectly's on Ryan's side. He wants that house.
Coco and I got plans, man. Coco and I got plans. You trying to take our house?
Yeah, it looks like they are trying to get the house.
I need the house.
Oh,
No,
look, that's
it's
Toronto
so
Maple Leaf
hot.
colors.
I like that one.
Or is
one's
that
really
purple?
pretty.
It's
Yeah,
purples.
purple.
Oh, it looked like blue.
It did look
Yeah,
like
it's
It's
not-
got some blue in it. It's purples and blues.
That
It's
one
made
picked up the
from-
color a lot better when you had it on the wax paper. Now that it's not on the wax paper, it's not picking up the colors hardly at all.
true. Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
really
just
thought it was blue and white.
I sent Jones a treat online in her Discord, so she'll probably.
That's
see
right,
something fun.
Coco. Gray House is
Whoa,
ours.
I wonder.
A very interesting treat about JLR. It'd be very
Ooh.
interesting.
Oh, you
Ugh, that just
are those
freaks
cookies
me
or
out.
muffins?
That is cool.
Coco?
I can see it now. Voices.
Listen, guys, I have a serious question. Do you
Yes.
think that JLR and Jared look like they could be related?
Yeah, Jared lost some weight. Yeah.
What do you mean,
Gosh,
Jared,
I'd
the
have to
Subway
look.
guy?
No.
No. AWP guy.
They got the same kind of nose mouth area.
Like, don't they have like the same face?
I'm seriously wondering why he's in New York. Is he hunting me down now? I don't know.
Wait, who? JLR or Jared?
Yeah, JLR is in New York.
Oh, he's coming after you. Yep.
Did
He's
a
in
crime
Midtown.
happen
He's in
there that he
Times
needs to
Square.
exploit?
Just look for the bushes, dude. You'll be all right.
I got no bushes
Stay
around.
away from
so-
the bushes.
You're good.
Coco, share with me.
Oh, those are Ryan's cookies.
I'll
Oh,
I think
I'll
we'll-
replace
All
it
right,
with
you
something.
guys are absolutely nuts. I need a break before the next live
Yeah.
gets going.
Can I
real
just say
good.
one thing real quick? I
Of
don't know
course you can.
how I'm
Nikki,
going to
what's
be
up?
able to do what you guys did with that with this.
Oh, you're gonna be able to do it. It's so
You'll
easy.
be fine,
Just wait.
Nick.
It's
You'll be
so
fine.
easy.
Well, if I suddenly disappear, it's because of JLR. He's hunting me down. The aliens
We got your
have got
back,
me.
Tim. We'll
Oh,
tell
yeah.
the police. Don't
He
worry.
might be after my OJ. You know, who knows?
This
I'll
is
see-
Browns.
I'll see
Did
you
you hear
guys.
talking about how he eats pizza?
Yep. I'll see you
He's
guys
got-
over at
yeah.
Queens.
Yeah, he probably does
Alright.
not like me.
Sorry to hijack your stream if I talk too much
No,
about
you're
it.
good, man. We have been going for a hot minute. Burden,
wow,
thanks
cool.
for coming up and sharing some case updates with us while we were crafting. I super appreciate it.
Absolutely, of course. Not a problem at all.
Yeah, no,
problem
I
at
mean,
all.
y'all can
That
crash
girl,
me into
thank
the
you
stream
for
anytime.
hosting today.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
look forward to doing dream catchers whenever you end up doing that. I'm really excited about that.
Oh, don't worry. It's going to come. It'll come sooner than later. I got to get another tutorial put together. That was a lot of work, you guys. Like, it seriously was a lot of work.
Nicole said it was really good, though.
Oh, good, good, good. I know hers turned out so cute. I loved what she made. And Wing, I love the colors you're using. Those are going to be so pretty. I'm going to come over to Queens too, and I will still be going at it. And I will see everybody soon. I really appreciate you all coming up and hanging out, man.
Great
Thanks,
stream, that
buddy.
girl.
All
I
right.
love you, baby,
Bye.
and it's quite all right. I need you, baby.
Bye.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon.
Until next time, ignore the static. Ignore the static.